Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 55 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Ellis, and joining me I have one of my co-hosts, Mrs. Micah Moriarty. Micah, how are you?
I'm doing well today, Brad. Got some errands done before the show. It's really nice out today. It's sunny. It's in the low 60s. This is a capital day so far.
Capital day, wow. I like that. That sounds good. And join us, we have a guest / founding member.
Whoa.
Mr. Dustin Furman is here, filling in for Gene. Gene is out right now. He's unable to make it today, but he's got other stuff going on, but he'll be back, fear not. But Dustin, good to see you, man. How's it feel to be back?
It's good. I have to check in, see how you're running the ship. I got to say already, I'm not impressed because when we were doing this and I was running things, we were recording at 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. It's fucking 4 o'clock. The day's over.
I know. Well,
and you guys are rolling into work here, huh?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I'll let you know that was not my idea. It was at the request of others, and I, like a good host, was willing to accommodate.
That's fair. Now, to be fair to you, though, 10 a.m. Eastern would be a little early.
That's psychopathic shit. Unnecessary. Yeah. I can't wake up and talk about Nintendo that early. No.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Honestly, I'm trying to think out of everybody. Maybe not so much anymore. I was the earliest riser at Last Stand, waking up at 8:39. Mm-hmm. But recently, I've been getting up closer to like 10. So I'm getting a little later. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm happy to be here. As far as today, I did a Facebook Marketplace deal. With my dad. I was talking to you, Brad, about this, but I pulled out my guitar. I've been playing a little bit. And I realized that I didn't have anything to plug it into anymore because we had this big half stack. It took up so much room. It wasn't mine. It was my dad's. That's now at their house here in Butler. So I needed something. And so I bought this little, I think it's called the Katana. It's like a Boss Katana Mini or Micro. It's like a little amp, like this big. I got it for $60. Okay. Normally $100. Just this cute little amp. It's all I need right now.
Yeah.
So, Facebook deals though, I've never had a bad experience, but they always feel sketchy.
Yeah, always.
Absolutely. It's why you got to bring you need to bring a buddy. Like flat out, I'm not doing Facebook Marketplace deals without the buddy system. And preferably, we're going to meet at like the grocery store parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one I had my dad go with me since he lives so close now. I was just like, hey, can you hop in? And dude, this deal was perfect. It's like 5 minutes from my house, less than a mile away to do this deal. But you know, especially when they're like, hey, come pick it up at my house. It's like, I
don't know about that.
You know, I had Papa Furman with me, so I felt safe and secure, and the deal was good. So now I'm just jamming away on the guitar.
Nice. I'm surprised you didn't go for something to plug into your guitar to your computer.
You know, I have been experimenting with Rocksmith because I'm curious about it. I've always heard cool things about it.
Yeah.
So everyone says Rocksmith Plus sucks. So I bought the 2014 edition since it was $3 on Steam. And I think I need to buy the stupid cable to plug it in, right? Apparently they don't have you have to mod in interface support and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is getting to be a little annoying. So I might just buy their stupid cable. But the amp, I don't know. I have a tendency, as I'm getting older, I hopefully know myself a little better, that I get like little micro obsessions with things. And then I spend lots of money and then I don't need it. So I was like, you know what? A little $60 practice amp, that's reasonable.
That is reasonable,
I don't need a new guitar, though I'm looking at one. I have a great guitar. I don't need a new one. And I can just take it easy. Just figure out if I like playing again. Mm-hmm. So But yeah, dude, you got to be careful, or you also do something stupid like spend $300 on a Gooner Galaxy 3DS, which I'm excited to talk about.
Yeah.
No, dude, like micro obsession is the perfect word for it because I tend to do that as well. The thing is, though, I do like to seasonally rotate my hobbies. So like winter time is cross stitch time, and I'll be cross stitching for like hours a week, and then I put it all away for summer, and then it's like, all right, new hobby. What are we doing now? And I just switch between them. But I like my last like actual like new hobby probably was cross stitch, and I went ham on that shit, man. Like. But it doesn't go bad. It's fabric and thread. It doesn't go bad. I could be using the same stuff when I'm 40, 50, whatever. Barbecuing. Maybe that was the most recent. That was the most recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I've been trying to figure out how my own brain works for almost 32 years now. And I realized I find so much enjoyment in like learning about something that I'm interested in.
Yes, the research.
So I've been watching all these YouTube videos. I'm like, man, when I was playing guitar when I was 19, I didn't know anything. I really didn't. And I just kind of was like, well, this looks cool. I see people that I like using this brand or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I've been watching all these guitar videos about different amps and stuff. And that's where it gets dangerous, though. When you start to do the research and you see what people are liking, you're like, oh, maybe I would like to own that as well. And it's like, take it easy, you know,
relax. Don't got to get the half stack or full stack yet.
No,
take it easy.
Well, dude, that's one of the things when I was 18 or 19, I was like, I couldn't imagine wanting anything but a half stack. But now looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if anyone needs to own a half stack if you're like trying to blast a giant room.
Or you're playing
really
like shows. That. Actually,
right.
You don't need it.
Yeah. The only half stack I need is some pancakes at IHOP.
Oh, that's right.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Feel nice and bloated after. You gotta go to sleep.
My God. Is there anything like it though? Like that after restaurant like gut bomb? And it's just like we had Five Guys last night. And like 30 minutes later, I fell asleep on the couch. It was glorious. We hadn't had Five Guys in months, and I was just like, "Wow, my body is not liking that." And I just felt. And then I woke up and I felt better. And then I microwaved the leftover fries for a snack, and then I felt bad again. And then I went back to sleep for the evening. So
you gotta be microwave fries are. I mean, we've all done it. Sometimes you just gotta do it. It's convenient, but.
They're so good.
You know where it really shines, though? Those old fries? Air fryer.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing a lot of discussion about air fryer recently on this channel.
We don't have space for one. Colin is not an appliance on the counter type person. Like, I use the rice cooker probably 3 times a week. He still wants me to put it away in the cabinet, right? So the air fryer, it would need a home. And
do you have a toaster oven?
Yeah.
Okay. Throw that away. Get a toaster oven, air fryer combo.
Yeah.
No.
I'll send you the link. I've got a Ninja one that I got at Sam's Club. Shit fucking rocks. I kicked my toaster oven out of the fucking door, and it's so much better in literally every way. I use it almost daily, whereas the toaster oven, occasional.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I mean, I've used the toaster oven probably twice a day, as you can hear on Constellation this week, sometimes 3 times a day, but. You know, I do miss the air fryer at times, but the toaster oven makes perfectly good mozzarella sticks, makes perfectly good chicken nuggets. Like, it does its job.
I respect the toaster oven, but the air fryer is where it's at right now. It's the new hot shit.
Here's the thing, and not to make this Constellation 2.0. I didn't fall in love with the air fryer until I got the air fryer toaster oven combo. Because the standard air fryer, it's so fucking annoying to clean.
You can't dishwash it,
There's a small basket size. I hated it. I was like, why does anyone like this? But now that I got the toaster oven combo, so much more convenient. It's and for Colin's OCD, it sounds like with countertops. Ours folds up.
That's the one on QVC. Yeah.
Wow.
It's the one that folds up to make it really skinny.
Send me that link, Dustin. I want to see this thing. This sounds pretty hype. Because I have a normal air fryer. But I need the hybrid combo.
Let's see.
I do love like fried pickles and stuff.
Oh,
and
God's sakes, Micah!
You don't like fried pickles?
No.
Get out of here. All pickles can get out of here.
Yeah,
this is a shitty Walmart link. For the listeners out there, this is a non-affiliate Ninja Foodie 6-in-1 digital air fryer, large toaster oven.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've seen this on QVC actually.
Shit
I've been
slaps.
very tempted.
All right,
It absolutely slaps.
But see, I'm looking at the complexity here for Colin to just make his toast. Like,
complexity.
I don't know. Dude, like the toaster oven we already have has like 3 dials on it. And he'll be like, is it set on toast? And it's like, and
it says toast on it.
Yeah, you turn the dial to toast.
I gotta go be the
press the button.
Where do you set your darkness?
This one's actually different than mine because it doesn't have a darkness control.
So I'm just supposed to watch the toast.
Yeah.
No, I can't be arsed to just like sit there and watch the toast.
No.
Make sure she doesn't get too dark.
It has controls for that. There's a temperature control on this one. Mine's a tiny bit more advanced. So you just set it how you like it, and then you just put it on that, and then you just use that every time.
Yo, this thing kind of slaps, Dustin. I might have to buy one.
Dude, Ninja brand shit really is actually quite good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We've talked about the Creamy before, which I know Mike is a fan of. We have one of those. I had a Ninja blender. Pretty good stuff.
Actually, I saw somebody wrote in about the Ninja Creamy because they were like, Dustin and Micah basically convinced me to get one. And then there's like, I've used it 3 times. I mean, I'm not a Ninja Creamy power user. It's a summertime thing though.
Right.
I legitimately, I get so cold in winter that I don't even eat cereal. And I love cereal. But like,
right.
I go from eating cereal several times a week to like once a month when I get a real hankering. So ice cream is not a year-round thing for me. The thing will come out in summer, and then she'll go back away. But it's a treat. I think I'd be concerned if you were using the Ninja Creamy every day. Like, truly.
Yeah.
There's maybe some times you would be concerned about Holly.
Oh, no.
She hasn't used it a lot recently because wintertime, she doesn't necessarily want something cold. But now when it starts warming up, that thing's going to be running every night, and it's so fucking loud. But
oh my god, it is so loud. I actually bring it out to the garage because it is just like the dogs hate it.
Yeah,
I do the same thing with the blender. Actually, the dogs hate the sound of the blender so much that I just bring it out to the garage, plug it in out there, and use it.
What a pain in the ass.
It's fucking loud, but it's a nice blender. It's a Ninja blender.
Can't they make quieter blenders? It's like, what's going on here?
I mean,
you need the blend tech or whatever. Do you guys remember that web show that was viral in 2006? There was a guy that would blend iPhones and shit.
Yeah, will it blend?
Will it blend? That is the question. You don't know this, Brad?
No, I don't know this.
This was legendary.
God.
This was like early viral YouTube content. Will it blend?
So good. Yeah, I remember that. We watched those all the time in high school.
Oh yeah,
because he was still going.
I wonder what happened to that guy.
He's dead.
Dead.
He wasn't that old, but maybe the fame got to him.
Yeah, maybe
he blend fame.
He got too much money and OD'd on cocaine or something.
Yeah, he has 8 kids.
He basically got replaced by those hydraulic press videos. That's the new hot thing. I see those reels all the time. I don't like those very much. They make me uncomfortable.
He did a video 4 years ago. That was his last video.
Still rocking.
Yeah,
recent content.
I don't know if he's rocking anymore, but 4 years ago, it's kind of a while. He's putting car keys and shit in a blender.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
he would always say he would blend up an iPhone and then he would dump it out and he'd be like, "Don't breathe this.
Yes.
iPhone dust. Don't breathe this.
Don't breathe it. Will it blend the markers?"
Oh, there's dude, my coat hangers just got delivered.
Coat hangers, nice.
Coat hangers.
Yeah, I ordered some those velvet hangers. I love those.
Velvet? Whoa.
Like the ones that they're so your clothes don't fall off of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I needed more hangers.
Yeah, I could use some of those.
I just checked the camera because I heard a big noise outside. It was the FedEx truck. I'm very excited.
I'm waiting for my package from Dustin.
Friday?
Is that
That's what they told me.
Hell yeah. Speaking of wasting money, we were talking about this on other hobbies. I got influenced by Dustin. Dustin has gone down the 3DS rabbit hole. I got influenced. So I bought the Monster Hunter, what was it? 3 generation or something? Ultimate generation 3DS. In excellent condition. Dustin really sold me on it when he saw it. He's like, yo, this is in good condition. I don't know if it's ever been used.
It definitely has been used
It has.
closer
We know.
inspection.
We found some pictures. Not Gunnar 3DS though, confirmed.
Not Gunnar 3DS. I don't know. He must have had a case on it because the outside is perfect. And dude, the number one thing that I can't stand is that you see people selling 3DSs and the screen looks like a 3-year-old, like with all their might scratched on it. Can't stand that. But screens are perfect. So.
That's excellent. And it has the nice screen. The top one is the good one, right? You
the
said
IPS screen, yeah.
IPS, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
People get crazy about that. Like I was telling you, Brad, off the show, of course, that people really care about if it's a TN or an IPS screen. They'll sell more if they have IPS screens. In looking at yours and comparing mine, which is a TN screen,
not much difference.
I can't really tell.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
Yeah. But now, see, Dustin, you're really fucking me over now because you're talking about DS games looking way worse on 3DS stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, now I'm going to have to buy a nice DS and stuff like this too as well. I don't even know if I have my old DSs anymore.
Yeah. Well, so the nerdy technical reason is that the DS or the 3DS is higher resolution. And so when it upscales it can't do a straight double. So it upscales it in a way that it makes it kind of fuzzy. You can, I believe it's if you hold start when starting a DS game, it'll play it in its native resolution, but it's going to be like tiny little boxes.
Yeah.
So if you want the best DS experience, you need a DS for that.
Killing me here, dude. I don't
or
know.
like the regular size 3DS, not the XL.
Yeah.
Because like they don't look horrible. When I play DS games on mine, which is just the regular 3DS, they don't look terrible. It's not fantastic.
I know,
but the screen is so much larger on the XL.
I'm like Dustin though, where I'm just like, I need the best version possible. If there's a better version, I'm like, I feel like a chump, like a pauper if I'm using the the 3DS. It's like, what am I? Come on. Not like broke Tiny Tim right here playing a 3DS.
Oh
Need
my
to get a
God.
normal DS. I know it's bad influence.
Well, Brad, let's think about this for a second. Here's the thing. I mean, I'd like to think I've had a positive impact on your life.
Yes.
With you have a job here.
Yes.
And that's great. On the other hand, I think I've influenced Brad to spend more money on. You just bought OLED computer monitors that I told you were great.
Yeah.
You bought the new 3DS.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. But
we got him to buy Alarmo just because Gene and I were so excited about it, but then we didn't even buy one.
Yeah, I got influenced. And I'm like, well, I'm the host of this show. I should do it. It's my obligation to do it. That was my self-cope to get it.
Yeah.
And hey, shout out Alarmo, dude. Kind of sick, actually. Not gonna
Do you still use it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Nice.
I'll use it.
Who are you waking up with? Is Link?
Oh, it's
whispering
Link.
in your ear?
No, it's Zelda. It's it's in Breath of the Wild where she's like, wake up, Link, or that kind of thing. It's like exactly like that. So it's perfect.
Man. There's definitely some kind of sexual joke there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No joke. It's all sexual.
No, there's no joke.
No joke there. Yes. Hey, welcome to Punching Up. We're a Nintendo podcast, by the way. We talk about Nintendo news and all that good stuff and whatever we feel like talking about, Ninja, blenders, and all that kind of stuff. I was about to go on a tangent about Magic cards because my brother was texting me last night about them. So he's getting into the Final Fantasy ones as well now. And he doesn't even know dick about Final Fantasy.
What a poser.
He never claims. He just likes Magic cards a lot.
Okay.
He has like all the sets. My brother is an OG Magic guy. Like, I'm talking like when we were very young, he had Magic cards.
You know,
when it first came out.
That's a dangerous combination because you told me he's a dentist, right?
He was. He's an endodontist technically now, which is like an oral surgeon.
So that means he probably makes more money than he did before.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got someone with disposable income with an interest in trading card games. They're still sitting here. Dude, this is just one of many stacks.
Dustin,
I'm sure he makes a lot more money than me.
Oh, he makes a lot more money than all of us combined. I'll say that. But Dustin, he's kind of like us and you, and particularly when he gets into something, dude, he gets into it and like learns all about it and kind of stuff. He, for years, collected like whiskey and beer and stuff like that. He had like a beer room, like a whole room where just like whiskey and beer in it.
Nice.
But if he gets into something, man, he has a ton of Magic cards, a lot. But hey, and he has no one to play with, dude.
Dude, I'm in the same boat with One Piece, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no one locally plays. So
he's like, I could go to a shop, I guess, but he's like, I don't know. The guys around me are a little too weird, and I don't really want to play with them. So it's like, I understand that. But he always says I have the magic, but none of the gathering. So whenever he's around, me and him together, we play together. So that's about the only time he gets to.
Some of these magic players, why don't they try to gather some bitches?
That's right.
You know,
why don't you gather some deodorant or something? Like Smash players.
Smash players.
Or some deodorant. Let's see. Before we get into the show, hey guys, check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia. If you want to support us over there, that's how we survive through all our generous donators over there. You can get early access to pretty much all of our shows, podcasts, Sacred Symbols, which Dustin is on, our flagship show, Defining Duke, Xbox podcast, Summon Sign, my other podcast where we talk about what we're playing, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. You get some merch at laststandmedia.store. Micah will put together your order there if you order something. So if you want something delivered from Micah, spend some money on there. Get some stickers, whatever you want to get, shirts, all that good stuff. Do we still have the stand down hoodies?
Yes. So actually, we posted the remainder of those. There might be a couple left. I'm packaging orders actually this afternoon. And so I'm hoping to have all those orders from last Friday, like in the weekend, shipped out by Monday. Yeah, it looks like, so we're down to size small only in the t-shirt. Big surprise. It's always the last size to go. And let's see, the hoodie, we have small XL, 2XL, and 3X still available.
Perfect.
So the hoodie, we still have a few left. So come get those. Yeah. And also the new Stealth Sacred shirt and that really cool blue that Dustin himself picked. Because we had been getting requests for, I want more color in the t-shirt variety. However, I didn't trust myself to pick one because it's like, do I know what gamer guys want?
No.
Do I know what guys in general want to wear? No. So I put it out to the group and Dustin picked out that lovely Heather Neptune blue.
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic. It
does look nice. Yeah, you can't really ask Colin for advice on that kind of stuff.
Dude, his entire closet is like black shirts and blue shirts, basically. Blue was the default. I was like, we should go with something blue. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like, I barely know how to dress myself. So it's like, I don't know what you guys want to wear. I live my life in flannel shirts and yoga pants. So
I've worn this flannel on top, like just of a shirt, I think the last like 4 days in a row. So just because it's that temperature where it's like, I don't want a hoodie. Yeah. And, so I think I maybe wore this on Sacred. So maybe back-to-back shows.
Yeah.
I've worn this flannel.
I've worn my Pokemon crew neck like a million times just because perfect for right now. Yeah. But yeah, no jackets, no like nicer jackets. I can't wear that when I'm sitting here. Come on, man.
No, why not? Dude, dude, I sometimes rock the bomber jacket on the show, dude.
Well, it's not like I'm going to put
it looks sick.
But I don't want to like sit there wearing this big ass jacket all the time.
Why not? You could wear a whole suit. It'd actually be pretty. Colin's always talking about the NFL coaches should wear suits again, but it's like, what if Brad started wearing a suit?
Well, it's like I could wear this all the time, but I don't really want to. I don't know.
See, that's a little more heavy, so it feels like
this is actually very light. It's very thin. Yeah, this is a very thin jacket.
Yeah, with that jacket. I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, but you look like you're ready to walk out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So
it's like, what are you gonna like? How do you not look like you're gonna walk out the door? Then you got it's like you wear a sweatshirt or like an overshirt like Dustin's wearing. And that's about it. Yeah. What do you wear? A pea coat sitting here?
A vest. A vest could be nice. I love a nice vest. I have 2 vests that I wear
with no sleeves on it. Like I look like I'm from Silicon Valley.
They're from LL Bean, and I look great in them. Actually, when I went to GameStop to pick up, I can't remember. It might whatever the last game I picked up was there. It's all a blur. But there was some dude. I was wearing a flannel shirt with a vest over it, and the dude ahead of me was also wearing a flannel shirt with a vest over it. Yeah. And I was gonna be like a sweet vest, but he let the door close in my face as he entered the store, and I was like, "Well, fuck that guy. I'm not complimenting his vest."
Yeah.
Oh, you guys reminded me. I have to tell you something really embarrassing. That's not on topic at all.
Okay.
I was at the eye doctor yesterday, and they're asking me about getting the OptiMap photo of my eye, so you don't have to, get dilated. So I ended up getting it, And I'm sticking my face against this thing, and the lady's like, "Oh, Dustin, that's great. You did it first try." And I said, "Yeah, I've really min-maxed it over the years." And then I was like, "Why did I just say that?" This lady probably has no idea.
What a loser. Yeah.
I've gotten good at taking the OptiMap photo. I have min-maxed it, man. First try. So
That's so funny.
But I was like, man, why did I say that?
Just get LASIK, dude.
Dude, I've thought about it recently. I
had it. It's great.
I need to learn more about it because I'm a little afraid of someone slicing my eyeball.
Dude, it was cool when I got it done. It was sick. It's really fast too. Don't be scared.
It's way more affordable than I thought. I mean, it's not cheap. It's like $2,000 an eye or something. But if I think about all the contacts, I think I spend $300 a year on contacts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, for sure. I switched, like my eye doctor switched me to a new brand that was a little cheaper than the old one, but it's still easily, that much. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe I just got to get over that fear of my eyeball being sliced open. But
exactly,
I've thought about it a lot recently.
It's cool, man. They use like a laser. It's awesome.
You know what? You can watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode where Kim gets her eyes done. Because that kind of made me say, that doesn't look so bad. And it's even better now. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they're using a laser to slice your eye, could you smell your eye flesh burning?
No.
No smell?
No smell.
Because I think that would kind of enhance it, honestly.
I didn't smell anything when I did it. I will say when they did like per eye, they do one at a time where they did for me is like the eye that's getting lasered, it kind of looked like there were stars or something in your eyes. Like that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It was interesting. But they'll probably like drug you up a little bit, Dustin, as well.
Sure.
They probably won't put you straight in raw to get your eyes out.
Oh, they won't let me drive home after?
No, you won't be able to. Because your eyes, you'll probably want to keep them closed mostly.
Yeah,
that's what I did at least.
There's the King of Queens episode where Doug gets like a coupon to get Carrie's LASIK surgery done and like they fuck it up. So she's like blind.
Make sure you go somewhere good,
No, I'm going to go to the place down by the mini mall.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't go into like a mini mall next to a fucking like flame broiler restaurant or something like that. You get good LASIK.
The 90 meat outlet where they have eggs 30 cents a dozen.
Exactly.
30 cents a dozen.
Yeah, you don't want to go next to a 7-Eleven or anything like that.
Right. That makes sense.
All right. We got some writing here, guys, for a warm-up, even though we've just warmed up for 27 minutes. This is Pair of Shoes. Hello, Bradley Bradson, the Human Gene, Micah Michelson, and Dustbuster Dustin. What would you do if you woke up and turned into a Muppet version of yourself? The entire world stayed exactly the same, though. Can Muppets feel? Do they have nerve endings? Can you taste anything? Do you have blood? What would you do with your new fate? Thanks for all the great content. Enjoy the week. Now, Dustin, I know you're a big Muppet Christmas Carol enthusiast, so you probably have some of the most knowledge about the Muppets.
Right.
They do feel. That is known. They have feelings.
Yeah, they feel, but they definitely don't have blood.
They don't have blood, though. That's the thing.
Not a biological being.
Right. They do eat, though, right?
They do. But I think it's like, when Cookie Monster eats the cookies just fly everywhere. He doesn't actually eat. But now, in this hypothetical situation, I'm thinking, he says the entire world stayed the same, though. Now, I would want this to be a situation where I'm a Muppet, but no one acknowledges it. Kind of like in Muppet Christmas Carol, where no one acknowledges that there's a human man, Michael Caine, and he's acting with Muppets, but it's never different. He just acts like they're normal people, humans, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think this could be kind of interesting, but, what do you do with your fate? Like, do you immediately get into showbiz?
Yes.
I don't know if that gives you an advantage, really.
Dude, I'm going to work at Disneyland. It's close.
True.
I got Muppets there. You could be a real Muppet actually there. Could probably make pretty good money.
Have you guys
seen
the
banjo? Yeah.
The not the newest Muppet movie, because that was Muppets Most Wanted. This one was just called The Muppets.
No.
Oh, it's excellent. It has the one guy from Flight of the Conchords did the music for it. So it's the music and it's amazing. I recommend that one. There's a song in it called Man or Muppet, which is a song about trying to figure out if you're a man or a Muppet. And so maybe that's what I would be going through.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was a Muppet, I would play it up. I want Muppet privilege. I would act like the lower class or something like that. Demand respect and money. Right. You got to be a con artist right there. That's what I would do as a Muppet.
Yeah, you would hopefully become, he says Muppet, so that means Jim Henson quality. Yeah. Because you don't want to be like one of the puppets that like, there would be like a traveling show that would show up at your elementary school. Right. They tell you like not to do heroin and stuff like that. And it's just like some generic. You don't want to be that. No one likes that.
No. Yeah. You're high class. High tier Muppet.
And you spit on the non-Muppets, the puppets.
That's right.
The class warfare. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to play it up. Bring racism back to puppets. Yes. You got to do all that.
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. This is from DJKG12. I come before the council today with grave news. Brad, as a fellow skater, I know you'll get what I mean by this, or at least I hope you do. This past week at my local skate park, I was attempting to land a kickflip to a crook down this wicked rail. Wicked? That's like some East Coast shit. Not here. We don't say that. Well, I completely ate shit and I broke my arm. Not only is it going to mess up my gaming habits for a while, but now, more importantly, how am I supposed to crank hog to your beautiful baritone voice, Brad? This is a nightmare.
Great question.
My question is this. Have any of you ever had an injury that kept you away from gaming for an extended period of time?
There's a lot to address here, Brad.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Can I say, first of all, Brad, you skate? Are you not like way too tall for that?
No.
Like,
I used to skate a lot.
I
what do you mean too tall for? I'm not like
Are you
Yao
kidding
Ming.
me? What do you mean too tall? Like I haven't seen Tony Hawk. Is it like 6'8"? All right,
I'm 6'2".
They're not 6'2".
Yes, I am.
You're 6'2". I'm 4'11", Brad. You're like
you are 4'11". You're a tiny little human. You're like a little hobbit.
4 inches tall. No. Brad is like 6'3", 6'4". He's one of the tallest people I've ever seen in real life. No, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
I don't know why you're taking down numbers here. You should be proud of it. But like, I feel like most skaters fall like under 5'11". Like Bam Margera is not very tall. I don't think.
I don't know.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Like picturing Brad on a skateboard is like picturing a giraffe on roller skates. I was like, you what?
Bam Margera's he's 5'8". Wow, he's a tiny human.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, man.
I rest my case. Dagan also 5'8".
Tony Hawk's 6'3", and he's like one of the most legendary skaters ever.
That doesn't seem possible. Like have I never seen him in a picture with another person? Is that actually the issue? If I've only ever seen him skating, and I just assumed he was like Ryan Sheckler sized.
I see him standing next to the Undertaker, and he is shorter than the Undertaker, but the Undertaker is huge. It's a huge motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. You wouldn't see that guy in a skate. How tall is Ryan Sheckler?
I don't know.
5'7". I just see. All right, so I'm still winning because I have more data that backs up my point.
It can give you advantage, I suppose, but that's not enough to stop you. It didn't stop the Birdman, and he's a legend.
Right. Birdman, the rapper?
No, not that Birdman. Not the guy that goes or whatever.
Picturing him on a skateboard. I love. What's that video where he's like put some respect hands on my name? He's like, I ain't talking about this no mo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I gotta go watch that sometime. Because at one point he's just like, "We out, let's rock," and they all just get up and like walk away. And I'm like, I want that kind of command over a room. Yeah. It'll never happen, but I'd love to do that.
Another famous skateboarder, Andrew Reynolds, is 6'2". He's huge. Eric Costin is 6 foot. Incredible skateboarder.
These aren't real people.
These are real people. They're in the Tony Hawk games.
We only have 3 skateboarders here. It's Ryan Sheckler, it's Bam Margera, it's Tony Hawk.
That's the only ones that are on MTV are the only skateboarders.
Right.
Oh, Rob Dyrdek. He's short.
He is a short human, yeah.
Yeah. He's probably one of my favorites. I loved Fantasy Factory. And Robin Big. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Peak television.
Seemed like a schemer, always making money. Some pyramid scheme with that guy or something.
Oh, dude, he has a whole song called Making Moves. Like, yeah, he's all about the schemes.
Yeah. Okay, injury here, though. Has there been an injury that's prolonged you from playing games?
Like, literally last week, I couldn't play games for about 3 days because I hurt my hand. I think it was playing bass. I think that's what did it. Until my left hand just hurt real bad. like constantly, and it stopped. It went away now.
From fretting? Like
I
the
think
frets?
so. I think that's the issue.
Okay.
Because I hadn't played in a while. I was like, I want to get back into this. So I sat down a couple times last week and decided to play. And then like suddenly I woke up and my hand was killing me. And then I couldn't do anything. And I was like, well, we're gonna read a book for a couple days and no gaming.
Yeah. Well, was that because you were playing Golden Sun and you were thinking of excuses not to play it?
That was part of it, but even when I tried to play something different, like I tried to play Suika game, and I was just like, my hand just hurt so bad, I could not use the left stick, and it was just like, I really was like, I need one of those like Microsoft adaptive controllers, so I could do like everything right-handed instead, because I was just like, I can't do anything, and even reading a book, I couldn't hold the book with my left hand like I normally do. I had to hold it with my right hand and turn the page left-handed. It was horrible. Don't recommend.
Don't recommend. All right, Dustin, what about you? Any injuries that prevented gaming?
Nothing for an extended period of time. I have talked many times about my thumb injury. This kind of connects. Pretty sure that my thumb injury began from skateboarding. I stoved it bad in like 8th grade, and it got better. And then when I was playing Hades, when that came out, I had to like tap the button a million times, and it reactivated the injury. Damn. So I need to send my medical bills to what company is that made Hades?
Supergiant? Is that what they're called?
Supergiant Games. Yeah. But it's never stopped me from extended periods of times. There's times where it's hurt more from playing certain games, but it's actually been in a really good spot the last few years. So I'll probably just end up with arthritis at some point.
Absolutely.
I'll deal with it then.
We all will.
Certainly.
100%.
I give my dog a joint tablet every day. Like they got the same thing for us.
Yeah.
Start chewing on those.
That's right.
I got a cortisone shot in my thumb, which was the most painful, single 3 seconds of my life, just in that 1 second. So that was pretty fun.
Sweet. I broke my thumb when I was like 19, I remember, and I had a cast on my arm, and it went around my whole thumb, and it was hard to play games. I had to play select games. I remember playing Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube and having to like push the buttons like this on the right side of the controller. And the Wii came out when I still had my cast on, like near the tail end of it, the cast with Twilight Princess, and I wouldn't be able to hold the Wiimote in my right hand. So I cut my cast off, and I was like, that's enough.
You've had enough.
Yeah, that was enough. And my thumb's completely fine now. I had surgery on it after, like, before that, so it was like pretty much on the tail end being fine. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not saying do that, but I did. I had to play Zelda. I'm not letting no broken thumb stop me, okay? So that's how I had to do it. All right. This is from Abercrombie and Bitch. Thank you, Dustin, for joining the Pushmo fight. We've been at war for years. If you want another weird game stranded on the 3DS, look into Dylan's Rolling Western. It's a little janky, but the traversal is fun. Dustin's looking at it right now.
I have not heard of this game. I had a friend of mine, Justin. He reached out to me when he heard that I was playing 3DS stuff. He recommended, let me look at what it's called. It's a Suda51 game called Liberation Maiden. Have you heard of this?
Is this the Justin I know?
Is this the Justin who works for Oh, no, not that Justin.
Not that Justin, okay.
This Justin is the guy that works for Eon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you've met him.
No.
But yeah, he told me to check out Liberation Maiden. So I have that downloaded, but I haven't played it yet. But Pushmo, this is about Pushmo. Pushmo is the best.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I am playing it now. This game makes me feel really dumb all the time, but I can't stop playing it. Anyway, it takes 110% of my brain power sometimes for some of these levels, but I'm playing just Pushmo. I haven't played Crashmo, which I think is the sequel. I think there's 3 of them on 3DS. So yeah, Pushmo fans, rise up. This game, the fact that it never got anything on Switch is a crime, really. Yeah. So Nintendo, bring it back.
Bring it back, Nintendo. Bring back Zack and Wiki as well, Capcom. Don't be cowards. Give me that game. All right, Joshua Brown wrote in, what's up? Slit fistas that get the crit hits on the clits. Good lord.
Oh my god.
The crit hit.
Crit hits.
Critical hit.
That's something Brandon says sometimes. He'll say critical hit.
Yeah,
because Brandon just will he'll take anything and make it. He'll be like, oh, nice clinical hit.
Yeah,
and he's the one when I told him about when I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing Split Fiction. He's like, oh, Clit Fiction. And I was like, and then he changed it. He changed it to Clit Friction, which is Brandon has a knack for that. I think he's an artist.
Yeah,
really.
He is a true gooner. He's an S-tier gooner, 100%. Remember when Rebirth was coming out and he would see pictures of Tifa and be like, oh, Lord have mercy.
He would just kind of moan slightly.
Yeah.
So he, this is kind of embarrassing. He kept telling me, he's like, dude, you got to check out High School DxD. Have you heard of this anime?
I couldn't get past 2 episodes.
He only watched a few episodes, so he's not full-blown gooner, but he thought it was hilarious. Well, we'll leave the audience to just look
I'll
that
look
one
it up.
It's something.
High School
it's
DxD.
Something. I was like, this was recommended because I watched the show Bento, which is about broke kids that karate fight over bento boxes. I liked that show a lot. And it was like, if you liked that, check this out. And it was like Gooner City.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was on our Monster Hunter spoiler cast. So if you want to see the man in the flesh over the internet, watch that spoiler cast. He is sometimes, in the past, sometimes if he's been on or he's on camera, he kind of tones it down.
Yeah.
He didn't tone it down though. You get the full effect on that episode.
Let's see here. Ever since Dustin got his Gooner DS, it's lit a fire in my 3DS nostalgia. The handheld is a special place in my heart, not just because of the great games, but also the level of personalization it offered with themes and accessories. And until the Switch came out, it felt like a lifeline to Nintendo I grew up loving before they pivoted into their family-focused Wii era. My question for all of you is, what are some of your favorite 3DS memories / games? Thanks for the hours of entertainment, Josh. P.S. Twilight Princess is a top 3 Zelda. True. All right.
Hell yeah.
Some 3DS memories.
Well, I remember when it was announced and thinking it looked really cool. And what was funny, I don't know if you guys remember this, the battery life was very controversial because it was 3 or 4 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's comically hilarious that it's oh yeah, Steam Deck can do 3 hours on a max game. No one cares about that anymore. Right. To the point where they included that stupid dock in the launch 3DS.
Dock, yeah.
But what was special about it was, so when it came out, it was $250. It was really expensive. And within 6 months, they lowered the price.
Yes,
and
that's why I bought it.
If you bought it before the lowered price, you got a bunch of Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games as part of their ambassador program.
Yes.
So what I did was I bought it less than a week before the price drop, got the ambassador games, but I kept my receipt and I did the price matching. I went back to Target and was like, you lowered the price on this. Can I get that adjusted? They're like, sure, no problem. So I got those ambassador games without paying the higher price. A little sneaky. But
yeah,
what was cool about it was that was right when, so I think that was 2012, right? 2011. So I bought it, I think in 2012, and I bought that with the first money I had ever made doing video work.
Cool.
With who would then eventually become my boss. But I was doing some freelance, wedding video edits for him. And so the first money I got, I bought a blue Nintendo 3DS. Nice. And I got Zelda Ocarina of Time for it, had a good time with it. Eventually, I upgraded to a 3DS XL. And at some point, I got rid of that, and I didn't have a 3DS anymore. And then I got the new 3DS, the standard one, for Black Friday. I think this was $80.
Wow.
On Black Friday. I think maybe it was a little more. It was really cheap though. And now it's one of the coveted models. So, and then I've just had this for a long time until I got my Gooner 3DS. But cool system. And I mean, I looked ahead at some of the other things we're going to talk about, but there's so many cool, unique, very Nintendo qualities about the 3DS that we just lost in the Switch. And kind of Nintendo moving forward, that the Switch is very much like a machine that plays games. And I respect that about it. But some of the cooler, fun things, like even the 3D feature, I think is really cool. Not that I want a 3D Switch, but the 3D is cool. Street Pass is cool. All these different the themes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of character there that we lost.
Yeah, we did lose it. Micah, any 3DS memories?
Yeah, so I actually went back in my emails last night to check when did I get my 3DS, and because mine, I bought it refurbished from Nintendo, like their official store, and I ordered it in January of 2014. She's still going strong. It's the pink one. I was just playing it last night, and I was shocked though because I didn't realize I got it that early, and just thinking like, wow, you've had this system for 11 years now. And she's still going strong. I haven't had any problems with it. No more pixels died besides the one. But yeah, Dustin, one key feature that we talked about, this was after Christmas break where I played a lot of 3DS, was that the activity log on the 3DS is 10 times better than any game tracking that they did on Switch. The activity log not only tells you, how long you played a game, how many times you opened the games, how many sessions you had, your average play session length, but it also ranked your play sessions. So it would put a gold crown next to the game that you had played like the longest sessions with, and like a silver crown. Like, it gave you so much data that on Switch, it's like you played this game for 25 hours or more. And, if the game itself in the save menu might tell you how long you played it, but it's crazy that the 3DS gave you so much intel on what you played. And being able to open the 3DS and go back and see, wow, I played, 100 hours of Harvest Moon. I played 40 hours of this game. Like, it's really cool to just open activity log and see everything I played for the life of the system. And on Switch, it's a real surprise that they didn't give us something like that.
I don't know. Just Nintendo, one step forward, two steps back, as always. So thanks, guys. Classic. Dustin, I remember the ambassador program. So I think I want to say, Dustin, it's been a while, but I did get the Game Boy games. But I want to say I paid for the newer price or something. There was like a price error or something at a Target kind of near me. So I drove a little bit further to get it. But I did get those ambassador games. I think I got it at the discount. Because I remember when 3DS came out, I saw it in a Best Buy. I was like, oh, this looks cool. The 3D effect's really rad. But it's like Steel Diver, Pilot Wings, Resort. It's like, that's what you're selling me right now? It's like, all right, I won't get this right now. But as soon as Ocarina of Time was coming out, I was like, okay. Now we got to get this puppy. So
yeah, that was the reason I bought the system.
Yeah. There wasn't that much, but we're going to go over all that right now. So we're going to look back at the 3DS launch over the past couple of weeks. We've been going over the launches of past Nintendo things or consoles. We did Switch, and we did Wii U last week. Now we're doing 3DS because Dustin's here as well. So it's perfect timing. So this is all NA dates, by the way. We're going to look at, not Japanese or European or anything like that. So the 3DS launched here in March 27th, 2011. Long time ago when I really think about it. Good Lord. Then we got the 3DS XL. I remember when this came out, I was like, damn, I messed up. Because it's way better in my opinion. I mean, I have like the blue or green one like you do as well, Dustin.
Yeah.
I love that one, but 3DS XL is just so nice. Then we got the 2DS XL on October 12th, 2013, which I think is hideous.
That's the hatchet slab.
Yes. Yeah. I hate that thing. But then we got the new Nintendo 3DS that had the little nub for the second analog stick. Yeah.
That's this one that has the nub.
I like the color, the button colors though on that.
It's so classy, dude. Even though I've switched to new 3DS XL, I love this system. Yeah, it's just so clean. It's small. I love the button colors. This is real nice.
Yeah, I love the original DS Lite, the white one. That thing was nice and clean as well. Oh yeah,
I have one of those.
So then, we got the new 3DS. Very strange names for that. The new Nintendo 3DS XL, very Nintendo of the time, the Wii U time. Then we got the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Oh, the same date as well. So you had both to choose from. Then we got the new Nintendo 2DS XL, which I actually have. I got this from when I was at Game Trailers. They just let me have it. But
oh, nice. I love that blue on that, dude.
Yeah, it's very nice. But I kind of miss the 3D. It's cool and it looks fine, but the 3D is really sick in a lot of games.
You don't need the 3D, Brad. You're not playing with the 3D. You know it.
I did. Dude,
No.
Let's talk
okay.
about the 3D.
Yeah, stand down,
sucks.
first of all. It's great in Super Mario 3D Land. It's incredible. Works
It's
so well.
unnecessary. It's
Everything's
so
unnecessary.
yeah, but
Everything's unnecessary.
much of this life is indeed unnecessary. But the thing with the 3D is pretty much every time I hit the slider to see what it looks like, I say, "Oh, cool," and then I put it back because it's just.
You're not an adventurous gamer, all right?
I mean, dude,
You're I'm set in my ways, and I like how the way things are right now.
No, I had like it's just 3D was a fad and it failed. I had
It's
the
true.
3D TV. I had
You
3D
did?
Blu-rays. Oh my god.
Nice.
I had is it Vizio that had the 3D TV with like the black glasses? I had a 3D TV. I had like the Toy Story 3D Blu-rays. I was all in, okay, on 3D. Which of the wasn't one of the Arkham games 3D and you had to have the colorful glasses?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. I did all that shit because I was like 3D, man, it's the future. And you know what? It adds
That's what
practically nothing
So
to the
you got
experience.
burned by 3D. You got burned.
It just adds practically nothing. Not even burned. I'm just like, I just don't need this, you know?
Like depth perception in 3D land.
Dude, yeah, like in like Harold and Kumar Christmas movie 3D or whatever, like that had some cool effects, but like when it comes to gaming, I'm like, I don't need this. I just don't need this.
Do you need it?
It's just,
No. But it can be cool in some games. I'm not saying every game does it well, but some games
I'm never gonna see
cool
it.
as shit.
No, you pop it on just to see it, like, wow, Zelda's
You play
castle.
3D land.
Oh,
You play
and then
3D
turn it
land
off.
in 3D
I don't own
and
it.
come back to me. Well,
I don't own it. What am I supposed to go
I can
buy
hack
that
your 3DS.
There
Ship
you
it
go.
on
No,
over.
I'm
I'll put the-
scared.
I'll take care of that.
don't be scared. He
That's why I
hacked
hacked Brad's.
my new one. Yeah.
But I don't know how. And then I don't know what to do with it. I don't know
It's
how
easy.
to.
There's just a
You
little
play on it.
there's a little shop icon. You go on there and it has literally everything.
That scares me. I don't know. I don't know. She's
Nintendo
pure of
ninjas.
heart. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
just buy a different one and hack it.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
As far as the 3D, I actually this conversation is great because it's very representative of how people feel about it.
Mhm.
That though, Brad, I think you and I are in the minority
We
where
are. Yeah, 100%.
a lot of people thought the 3D in the 3DS was really cool when it first came out. And then as time went on, it became viewed more as a gimmick. And honestly,
it is a gimmick.
it is a gimmick.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I guess it just depends on whether or not you like the gimmick or not. And you know, eventually now, like by the end of the 3DS, they weren't even releasing games with 3D in them. Like Hey Pikmin and some other ones just don't have any 3D, whether you play them on a 2DS or a 3DS.
Mhm.
But so it's really a question of taste. I really like the 3D. I think it's really fun. It can sometimes enhance games greatly. Brad, you mentioned Super Mario 3D World, that or 3D Land.
3D land, yeah.
Land is really cool. I've been playing Ace Attorney on 3DS, which just adds like a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
And I actually like
that's
it.
crazy. You don't need 3D for
You
that,
don't need-
Dustin.
You don't need it. No, absolutely not. You do not need the 3D. But do you like it? And I kind of like it.
Do you want to see this clown's titties just a little bumped up?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
The 3D does actually enhance Pushmo, I think, quite a bit. So, Brad, you'll have to check that out when your 3DS shows up. But, so yeah, it is definitely contentious. But, and dude, some people, it gives them headaches and stuff like that. So that's like definitely going to be a no-go.
Those are weak people. That's why.
Oh my god.
Now,
Weakness.
Micah, this is not about Nintendo, but for 3D movies,
Yeah.
3D movies overall, I think, are ass. But there were certain movies that I saw that the 3D was amazing. Specifically, Hugo. I saw the Martin Scorsese movie, Hugo. I saw it in theaters, and it was filmed completely with 3D in mind, and it was amazing. I was like, dude, every movie needs to be 3D. And then every movie I saw in 3D after that was like, what? Why are we even doing this? I
Low tier.
spent $5 extra to see this in 3D, and all I got was a darker image and some light depths of effect. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it has to be made for it in mind. Like Avatar.
And I think too, I just saw a Linus Tech Tips video about this where the at-home 3D TVs were pretty much not garbage, but not very good.
No, they were.
And very annoying.
They weren't great.
Until he was showing off like one of the last 3D TVs, and he's like, "This is awesome." And if this is where we were when they were trying to sell it to people, it may have caught on.
Yeah.
But most of what people bought was disappointing and overpriced, and you had to wear like the active shutter glasses that needed to be charged, gave people headaches, stuff like that. So it is a weird case where it's like maybe just a little bit too early. But even then, I just don't think people want to put on glasses in their house.
No. And especially, for example, Dustin, like as someone who wears glasses, like, yeah, at a certain point of the day, I take out my contacts, put on glasses. And then if I want to use my 3D TV, I either need to wear the glasses over my glasses, which is uncomfortable, or go put my contacts back in. So it's like, and that's maybe not the biggest, it probably is a big subset of users, because I don't know why so many nerds wear glasses, but we do. Okay. So like the people with 3D TVs, there's probably like a 60% chance they have a glasses wearer in the house as well. Like, I'm just putting that out there.
It's because we're staring at screens all the time and our eyes are fried.
My eyes have been fried since I was 7.
Exactly.
There were no screens then, Brad. We grew up without screens.
There's no screens.
Oh my God, we weren't screen children. We ate dirt. We drank out of the hose. My dad beat me with a rope.
Maybe that's why, yeah.
Those like boomer posts.
Yeah. Back on my dad beat me with a rope. Yeah, that's really funny. All right, let's talk about some of the launch games. So I have the whole North America launch listed right here. First, there's 3 first-party things right away. Pilot Wings Resort. Whatever. Did you play this, Dustin? Never played it? Nope. I played a little bit of it. It's fine. Whatever. Steel Diver. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I'm sure it's fine. Decent game, but as like a launch game, that's not a system seller at all. Nintendogs plus Cats. I know Nintendogs was big on the DS, so I could understand them being like, yeah, Nintendogs plus Cats will probably sell huge. I don't know. I haven't really played these games at all, but I know people like them a lot. Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. The idea of playing Street Fighter on a tiny 3DS is very funny to me and seems very frustrating trying to do moves on there.
I've heard this game's good.
It probably is good.
Yeah, I've never played. I mean, I'm not a Street Fighter guy, but isn't there something where you could do like combo moves by pressing the touchscreen and some elitists were like, ugh.
Yeah.
Don't you have to learn the moves?
That is not a competitive Street Fighter game, no.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, for a 3DS game, who gives a shit? Like, whatever. The Sims 3, I imagine that's whatever. I don't know. Mike, have you ever played Sims 3 on there?
No, I didn't. A lot of these games I missed because when I did get my system finally in 2014, I was still just working like retail part-time and I was in school. So I was either like trying to rent things on GameFly, and 3DS games were very hard to get, or I would be scouring GameStop for like occasional sales. So in reality, I didn't get to own too much for 3DS until much later, really. And I was buying games like years after they were out.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played many of these games at all as well. Because like when these games came out, I was like, nah, I'm not buying a 3DS for Madden, NFL football.
And we all know that the prices for a lot of stuff stayed high for so long. Now you can go on GameStop.com and some of these games are like $2, like comically cheap. But at the time, it's like, yeah, dude, some of these stayed high for so long. And it just was like, it's not the best place to play Madden. Like you said, it's not the best place to play it. So why should I pay so much for it?
Yeah. Pro Evolution Soccer 2011 3D. Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. Wait, Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. That confuses me. Episode 2 is The Clone Wars. But Lego Star Wars Episode 3
I think
The Clone
based
Wars?
off the animated show.
Oh, okay.
The Clone Wars animated show.
Yeah, you're right.
Episode 2 was Attack of the Clones.
Oh,
Brad.
You're right. It is Attack of the Clones. I'm actually delighted.
You should be embarrassed right now.
I'm actually very pumped. I forgot that. That is good. I hate the prequel, so I'm very happy about that. Ridge Racer 3D. That could be actually pretty cool. I don't know. I haven't seen that. Super Monkey Ball, I could see actually being really fun as well. Dustin, have you played that?
I have not, but I do like Monkey Ball. So
yeah. Bust-A-Move Universe. I love Bust-A-Move. I got to try this. I have to try this when I get my 3DS from Dustin. because Bust a Move is an amazing arcade game.
I've never played it.
You never played Bust a Move? Wow.
Never played Bust a Move. I played Bust a Groove on PlayStation 1. That game rules.
Bust a Move is a good puzzle game. Samurai Warriors Chronicles. I know people like Muso games a lot, so I'm sure this could be decent. I can't imagine playing a Muso game on a 3DS.
Solid 12 FPS on for launch 3DS game.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. Someone's going to write in and be like, that game's sick. Asphalt 3D. I have no idea what that is. Combat of Giants Dinosaurs 3D. Sounds like a movie. Rayman 3D. I haven't seen that. And Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. Seems like something Micah would play.
Not on 3DS.
Not
oh
on
my
3DS.
God. Like, dude, I never understood trying to play, like, it's like, I don't want to play a shooter on this thing.
Yeah.
No, that's just out of the question. We have an Xbox for that.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah. But yeah, kind of a strange launch lineup. I'm sure there's some decent games in here, but nothing really that strong in my opinion. No system seller there. And most of the world agreed because they panicked and had to drop the price on it. But then some good stuff started to come out later in the year. Finally, the big ticket game, Ocarina of Time 3D, came out on June 19th. In my opinion, that's when it's worth to buy 3DS. Then you got Star Fox 64 3D. I need to try this. I like Star Fox 64 a lot. September 9th. Cave Story 3D, November 8th. I've never played those games, but I know people are big fans of Cave Story. Super Mario 3D Land, one of the best 3DS games right there, November 13th. Mario Kart 7, December 4th. Also, I haven't really played much of that game as well. I'm going to try that out. And Pushmo, Dustin's beloved, on December 8th. Then we had, I guess it's just VVVVV, December 29th. So the second half of the year is pretty good, actually. So really good stuff. But first half of the year, really bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think? Anything stand out to you here, Dustin?
Well, of course, we talked about Ocarina of Time 3D. That was awesome. I played some of Star Fox 64 3D, but it's the, if I remember correctly, it's just like a better version of the N64 game.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
So if you like Star Fox, great. I think Star Fox is fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Yeah. Mario 3D Land. Now that game rules.
Yes.
I remember getting that. I remember playing it at school and having a great time with that. Mario Kart 7, Brad, also excellent.
I know. I need to play it.
Really fun. Kind of, I don't know. It feels like the beginning of like modern. I guess after Mario Kart 7, there's only Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see the evolution, especially because I didn't really like the Wii version of Mario Kart.
Yeah, I didn't play too much of that.
So Mario Kart 7 was sick.
Nice. Mike, anything stand out for you here?
So, I mean, I did play Ocarina of Time finally.
Yes.
But at the time, no. Aside from Mario Kart, which, wait a minute. Give me a moment.
Okay. Micah's going to dig through her stuff.
No, I got my whole stack of games right here.
Okay.
I just can't remember, though. Yeah, no, okay. That is the one. Because I have the... did they make a DS Mario Kart as well? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
All right. Because I thought that was the only one I had, but I do have Mario Kart 7.
Nice.
I thought... I was going through the stack because I actually thought I did have 3D Land, but I realized I think I just like lost that in the divorce, as they say. So I don't have that anymore. Maybe I'll pick it up though. It's only $34.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, that game's real good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it real good?
It's
will
real
I like
good.
it? If I liked the game on Wii U with Cat Mario,
Yeah,
I like this?
yeah. Absolutely. 3D World is like the sequel to that, essentially. 3D Land is like the first one.
Oh, do I still have GameStop money? I don't remember. I can't. Not that you would know that. I'm asking myself. I had
$34.
I had like $20 left, but I can't. No, maybe I used that for Suikoden 1 and 2 remake. I might have spent that. I can't remember.
Okay.
It's been such a hard struggle to spend that GameStop cash.
I know. Yeah, maybe it's been a struggle for you for sure. Let's see here. Big Dumb Stupid Idiot wrote in, howdy 3D sussy blasters. Whoa, sussy blasters. I miss Street Pass. It would always brighten my day to take my 3DS out of my bag after grinding college classes and see that the little green light. It made me feel like I was a part of a little community of 3DS enjoyers. Should Nintendo bring back Street Pass, or would modern gamers not use this feature? Have a great day. I would love if they brought back something like this. I absolutely think little things like this are really cool for the system, or for the ecosystem of Nintendo consoles. We were kind of lamenting the fact they don't have any of this kind of stuff anymore. So if they do something for Switch too, I'd be very excited about that.
Yeah. I remember, so in little old Butler, very few 3DS owners around. I mean, there's 3DS owners around, but it's like where I guess you walk around the mall, maybe Walmart, where it's, happening here in Butler. So I remember I took this was years after launch, but in 2014, I took it to New York Comic Con.
Oh, damn.
And dude, floods. I think I even, maybe not then, but one of the games, the one that's like kind of like an RPG where you're like trying to rescue one of the Miis or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to rescue yourself. I think I beat that. Like I fully got to the end of it. So that was cool. They ended up adding more Mii like Street Pass games later. But you had to pay for them. It's like,
meh.
I don't think I want to. I mean, it's a fun, cool little thing, but I don't need to spend money on a Mii Plaza game. But yeah, it's a really neat little feature. I loved how it would say like either what state or what country they're from. And so like you would collect this map of all the different places that you've interacted with somebody from. I almost have all of the US. There's like a few random states that I don't have, and I unfortunately will never have at this point. But it's one of those things I was saying earlier, the flavor, like some of the cool Nintendo things that just don't exist anymore.
Yeah. I miss it. Bring it back. All right. This is from YB. Hello, Puncher Uppers. So glad to see the crew focusing on 3DS for this episode. I just bought a new 3DS XL myself, and I am playing Ocarina of Time for the first time. Loving the experience so far. What are your favorite 3DS games? Any hidden gems you'd recommend? Also, any games you think are stuck on this platform forever because of their unique usage of 3D or the dual screens? Hope you have a wonderful day. All right, so we'll just start with favorite 3DS games. Dustin, Pushmo, is that your number one?
I don't know if Pushmo's number one. I'd have to. I haven't beaten it yet, so going through, like, I'm looking at a list just to try to remember all the really great ones. We already talked about Ocarina of Time 3D. Mm-hmm. That game rules. Big one. Animal Crossing New Leaf.
I never played this one.
Yeah, dog.
I heard great things about it. Yeah,
you gotta.
It's so good, and honestly, it's so good that I haven't gone back to it. But when I was playing New Horizons, I was like, man, I think New Leaf might have been better. I think New Leaf has more
That's what I heard.
features than New Horizons. I mean, New Horizons was great. It came at the perfect time during COVID.
Yep.
And I love that. I love that game. But New Leaf was where it was at.
Yep.
One that I haven't played, so I'll shout it out, is a lot of people say that Fire Emblem Awakening is the best game on the system.
Dude,
I own it. I've never played it.
I've never played it either.
Oh my God, you guys. You gotta get into it, man.
I didn't get into Fire Emblem until Three Houses. So very late. So this was on my list of games to check out. And so this is one I actually own physically. So I'd like to play that at some point. Trying to think what else. There's like a WarioWare game on it called WarioWare Gold. Very late in the life cycle, but it's like a collection of all the WarioWare games. That one's really cool. I can think of games endlessly for this system. So maybe one more. How about Zelda? What's the Zelda game? Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
That one's really good. There's like 4 Zelda games, I think, on 3DS.
There's a multiplayer one too. It's
Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Not very good.
Dang it! I've never played it.
We can play it. Well, I don't know if we'd be able to play it online, but
with mods, there is like a fake online service that you can download.
Okay,
I've never done it.
Interesting. We still need to play through Four Swords.
I'm down.
We need to do that. Yeah,
I'm down.
Micah, yeah. What about some of your favorite 3DS games?
Yes, I have them here. So, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent title.
Holly loved that game for Wii U, and she was like, Poochie is Yoshi's Yoshi.
Yes, and he's so cute. He's just so cute. I have he's somewhere. Poochie is somewhere in the house. If he's not in here, he's in the game room. But I had like the little Poochie amiibo. It was so cute.
Oh yeah.
Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, which this is a remake of a Game Boy game.
Yeah, I think so.
And they added these like, I don't know, these like cool little dungeon sections to it that weren't in the original games. It's really, really good if you like Fire Emblem. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah, Animal Crossing New Leaf, as we discussed. I did like it better than the Switch version, but you know, I feel like it just had more personality, just a little more something to it. But the Switch game is excellent. It just, this one had, I don't know, a certain quality. Cooking Mama Sweet Shop.
Oh,
I love
I had Cooking Mama on DS.
And this one was all dessert themed. And so like I love the Cooking Mama games. I own many of them, including the weird one for PS4 that wasn't supposed to come out. But I'm keeping that sealed. That's going to be my retirement, maybe. But this one was all desserts. And then you actually run your little bakery. That was a new feature for Cooking Mama, where then you're actually kind of running this little shop. Wasn't really fleshed out for that section, but the cooking mechanics, as always, were excellent. Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening, my first Fire Emblem game, and still my favorite, probably. It is really excellent if you love Fire Emblem. And then Kirby Triple Deluxe. I mean, I also recommend Planet Robobot, which is coming to Switch, but Triple Deluxe is my favorite Kirby game. You cannot go wrong with this one.
Yeah, you speak highly of that often.
I do. And then Harvest Moon, A New Beginning 3D. Fucking amazing. Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns is really good. That's also on 3DS. I'm playing that right now. I picked it up again. But Harvest Moon 3D is better, in my opinion. Like, it's just the better game. It's excellent. I don't have it nearby because it's in the game room, because it's a big box game. But of course, Seventh Dragon 3, Code VFD, my all-time favorite 3DS game. Can't go without mentioning that. I don't think there's anything else out there. Like, I own Radiant Historia, which is cool to have in the collection, but I actually didn't love that game. It's one I recommend people check out because it's a neat concept, but it didn't really jive with me. I might try it again someday. But yeah, these are my top picks for the 3DS. And I'm probably missing some that I like rented from GameFly and I'm just forgetting that I had played. I mean, no, because I played Captain Toad on Wii U. There is a Captain Toad for 3DS, but I played the Wii U version. That's a fantastic little game. Highly recommend
Captain Toad's awesome.
Yeah, that game rules.
Some of my favorite 3DS games. Metroid Samus Returns, a remake of 2. Very cool game, actually. Really well done. Of course, Zelda, Majora's Mask, Ocarina, Link Between Worlds, as Dustin said. One of the best right here, Super Mario 3D World or Land. And right here, Link Between Worlds. And of course, Dragon Quest 8 and 7.
I really am interested in those Dragon Quest games on 3DS.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, you asked me if I had started it, and I was like,
it's massive. They're massive games.
It's
massive
big.
games. Yeah, they are huge games.
No, dude. Yeah, I think I'm like 15 hours into 8. And when I checked like a walkthrough just to see how far I was, it's like barely.
Yeah, you're
started.
barely anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really good, but I was like, oh my God, like I could play Kingdom Come Deliverance 3 times before I finish this game. Like realistically, before losing interest.
Shout out to Bravely Default as well. I don't know where my copy is anymore, but I had that in second layer somewhere. And it's like not amazing. It's decent. But at the time, it was really cool. Like a more throwback Final Fantasy game. And I had a lot of fun playing that game.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we mentioned the games that we played and really enjoyed, but like I'm looking at lists and stuff. I'm like, man, there's a lot of games that people absolutely love that I don't think any of us have played.
Yeah.
Like there's a great Monster Hunter game on 3DS.
I've played some of 4, but I haven't played the other one, Ultimate Generate, whatever it's called.
Yeah. That Kid Icarus game that I played.
Yeah, I never played that.
No, that game sucks.
No, dude, what I played of it was great. I played
you need
probably
like
an hour and a
6
half.
hands to play it. It's a skill issue, 100%. Like I'm gonna admit that. But that game, it's like how many hands do you need to actually play this game? It's fucking madness.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, what do you think about the Pokemon era on 3DS, because I was so excited for it because I was like, man, a full 3D Pokemon game. And this is kind of where my major falling out with Pokemon began with Pokemon X and Y, where I played a decent amount of X, and it just lost me at some point where I was like, man, this isn't what I want.
Yeah.
And so I never played Sun or Moon or the Ruby Sapphire remakes. So the 3DS Pokemon games are like a big blind spot for me.
For 3DS ones, the only one I've played through so far is Y, which I just finished recently, and it's pretty good. Pokemon games evolve so little in between iterations, though, Dustin. So you never get like that huge jump, I suppose, like gameplay wise. But I have Ultra Sun and Moon, and I have Alpha Sapphire. But I'm going to play Ultra Moon, I think, next. So I am curious to see how this game is as well, Dustin. So I don't really know about a lot of these games, but everyone has that point with Pokemon where they're just like, meh. But I've acknowledged that, and I think that's made me playing through them much easier because I don't expect too much from new entries. Sadly, expectations are low with Pokemon always. But yeah, I look forward to diving into them eventually. All right. Frankie G wrote in, yo, what's up? How about a discussion of most desired 3DS only games to be ported to the Switch family of consoles? Mine would be Viva Pinata 3D, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is a DS game. Nice try. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. And lastly, I believe you guys talked about it as is Kid Icarus. Maybe the Switch mouse will act like a stylus, and I'm just tempting fate here. Or faith here? Have an awesome day, purchasers. Or punchers. Not purchasers. Punchers. All right. What do we want ported? Viva Pinata 3D, Micah?
I hear it's the worst way to play Viva Pinata. Like, I've never played that one myself, but looking online, I heard it was the worst way to play it. But you know what game I want. It's 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD.
I forget the name of that game every time.
No, it's okay. No, it doesn't exist. You know, I'm the only one who played it, but that's my number one request to bring forward, because the reality is, like, I don't really need you to bring any of these games forward. I have 3DS and I'm playing it still. But in terms of getting other people to play these games, like, hell yeah, dog. If you put that on Switch and 10 more people played it, that'd be great for me.
Yeah. I mean, they should port a lot of these games. I'm just looking at my list here. All these Dragon Quest games they should be porting. All the Zelda games should be ported. All the Mario games should be ported. There's a ton that they need to do. Like Pokemon, do something with Pokemon. Get them off the original hardware. Let people buy them, for God's sakes. Just anything you would want.
Yeah, I want to zone in specifically for Ocarina of Time, just because it's such an important game. It's such a great game.
Yep.
And the 3D remake is so well done that it remains faithful in the right ways to the original. And they did such a good job with the new assets and things like that. And I don't know, maybe it's too late to port it to Switch, because when Switch 2, like, maybe it's time for, honestly, if they just remake Ocarina of Time till the end of time, I'm okay with that. Just keep making it look better, run better. So I would have loved to see that get ported. And then let me think what else here. I mentioned Pushmo, like a new Pushmo game would be. I would just want it to be a new Pushmo game, honestly. But yeah, Nintendo, they're fine just kind of leaving things behind to die.
Yeah,
so
die. They leave it to die, but they're like, no, get your hands off it. No emulation for you.
What about the Kingdom Hearts game that's on 3DS?
It's on modern stuff already.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Dream Drop Distance, yeah.
I'm so glad for you guys that exists for
you. I don't really like that game.
Oh, no.
Do you like it, Brad?
It's okay. Yeah. It's not my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't really like, because it has you switching between Sora and Riku, and it will just do it based on a timer. It's really annoying if you're in the middle of something and then it's like, oh, time to be Riku now out of nowhere.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying. I will agree with that. Some cool worlds in there, though. Fantasia. Good stuff. All right.
Oh.
Yep.
No, I was just going to say real quick, so I'm looking at a list. Can we talk about how Mario Party, the top 100, sounded like a great idea, but it kind of sucked? Like, the idea of a Mario Party with all the best mini games, and like, it just kind of sucked.
Yeah, Mario Party was bad for a long time. It's on the rise now, though.
It's something that just like the concept of that sounded so good because I'm just like perusing a list. And yeah, it's like that was one that's like, oh, dude, that sounds awesome. It's like it actually kind of didn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kind of did the same thing again on Switch with Mario Party Superstars, and that game was.
I never played that one.
It's good.
It's really good. Yeah. They had ups and downs with Switch because Super Mario Party, never played it. Everyone said it was ass. Then they did Mario Party Superstars, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Jamboree,
I heard it's good.
I bought, and I've had friends over to play it one time, and we had a great time. I would like to do it again. But
I didn't know you had that. Maybe I'll buy it. We should play online.
Dude, maybe we can get lock-in on this.
Locke will never buy that. I would love it to get Locke to play Mario Party. That sounds really fun. I was playing Mario Party. I want to play Mario Golf too with everybody.
Oh,
it's been a long time.
So I know this isn't Nintendo, but Mario Golf is great, but everybody's golf is just simply better. And so it's hard for me to go back to Mario Golf, but the online servers don't exist anymore for everybody's golf. Yeah. So
they gave us no choice now. Yeah, big shame. All right, let's finally move on from 3DS to some other news topics. Yooka-Replaylee trailer was shown. This is a remaster / new features kind of added to Yooka-Laylee, which is a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, made by a lot of the old Rare guys. I played it when it came out originally. I forgot what year it came out, but it was okay at the time. I didn't finish it. I remember being kind of disappointed in it. But this remaster, this new version they're doing, has a lot of changes in it, particularly like gameplay, making things more fluid and stuff like that. So new content, 60 frames now on consoles. It looks really good in my opinion, so I'll definitely check it out. Dustin, do you have any interest in this?
Yeah, I picked up the original when it came out, and I was also disappointed with it. One thing that really made me mad in this game is it's not that I'm like a pure like mashing through dialogue, but at a point in this game, I just didn't care anymore. Yeah. So I mashed through a lot of dialogue, and then they make you do this like quiz show.
Yeah, early in the game. I remember hating that. And
I could never beat it. Yeah. I also didn't try that hard, but I got frustrated. I was like, fuck this. I don't know the story and lore or can remember any of this shit. And they would change up the questions every time. So I hope they change that. But even just from a gameplay standpoint, it was just kind of fine. Like it didn't really live up to like this bringing back 3D platformers and stuff like that. So if they've made the controls more tight and more fun, it looks visually amazing. So I'm very, very curious about this.
Yeah. Micah, any interest in this? You're not really a platformer fan, but...
No, I did watch a full playthrough of this because my ex bought it, played it. No. My ex was a huge like Banjo-Kazooie fan. Like pretty much any like mascot platformers, is that what you call those? Like he loved all of those. So I did watch a playthrough of this. It was cute. I remember it being very cute and charming, but no, it's not something that I would enjoy playing. Like it really is like the only reason I enjoy like Spyro is the pure nostalgia. Otherwise, I'm like, on paper, this is not a game for me, but it just reminds me of being 7.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll probably hopefully get a release date. It's not announced for Switch 2 or Switch right now. I'm assuming it'll be announced for Switch 2 though, when they start actually announcing games. It's up to Daddy Nintendo to let everyone else announce their games. So I'm sure it will be on that as well, because the original was on Switch. Okay, this one's from Micah. Atelier, Atelier.
Literally,
Yumia
I'm sorry,
demo.
there's a lady back home who always added an R to my name.
Micah.
Like,
this write-in is from Roku. First of all, hold on, punchers. I'm gonna have to issue a stand down to Micah for the slander against the Atelier series. If you can handle Xenoblade Chronicles 2, then Ryza's thighs or Yumia's dump truck will be a walk in the park. To be real, though, the Atelier series are solid JRPGs that have lower stakes, a chill atmosphere, and focus on alchemy. It's only since the Ryza entries where Atelier introduced more voluptuous approach due to Japan's economic recession. I'm being serious. Even so, the newest entries are still cozy JRPGs, and outside the character designs, there's little to no funny business going on. They're generally wholesome JRPGs that don't focus on killing God, but rather things like collecting ingredients, synthesizing them through alchemy, and creating better recipes. Since Atelier has over 25 entries, I want to narrow down what I suggest to play. If you're interested, I highly recommend the Atelier Dusk trilogy, starting with Aisha, which is regarded as one of the best in the series. But if you want something more modern and expansive, Yumia is releasing on the 21st this month and already has a demo which you can carry over your saved data. Sincerely, Micah, I hope you give the series a shot, as Atelier seems to be right up your alley due to your love for the Harvest Moon style games and JRPGs in general. And Micah loves thick thighs on ladies, so
apparently so.
And big dump trucks.
I'm known for this now.
Yes. What do you think of this, Micah?
So, I mean, yeah, I did play one of the Atelier games on Vita back in the day, and I didn't dislike it. I disliked that it was timed, actually. I did dislike that. But, like, the gameplay was fun. I just, that was a whole snafu with me not realizing the game had a timer, and you only had so long to complete the whole thing. But it's like, it's not that I'm against fan service, clearly, when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles, but those have such good gameplay to back it up that it's like, when I think about my experience with the Atelier games, which I would, like, to me was good, not stellar, and then you're adding the fan service to it, it's like, well, yeah, are these popular because of the fan service, or are they popular because of the gameplay? Because real talk, you go on Amazon and read the Atelier Ryza reviews, and half of them are just talking about how big her thighs are. And I'm like, but the game, sir, tell me about the game.
That is part of the
game.
And
so that's why I was like, I'm not convinced these are actually good. And I'm definitely not paying the high prices for them. Even the reprints were like wicked high priced for those games because they were so limited. So I might check out the demo, but I'll check out the demo. I'll say that. I'll check out the demo, but no promises. Because it's like, the gameplay has to be good enough for me to tolerate the fan servicey nature. Like, you know?
Maybe there'll be like an older man in that game you can fawn over. So
if they throw me an old man, we're fine. Yeah. Like, that'd be A-okay.
Yeah. Dustin, do you want to check this out and see those dump trucks?
I mean, I think I'm all right. I'm not opposed to it. I was looking up, he mentions about how the thick thighs are related to Japan's economy. I did find, I'm looking at an article from The Gamer, but they're citing an interview with 4Gamer, which was then translated. And I think it's the director or the series producer says, this is just my perception, but I think the economy has an influence on what kind of designs become popular. There are certain types of characters that are needed in times of recession.
That's right.
And there are types that are embraced only when the economy is booming. For example, people begin to favor voluptuous body types and motherly characteristics during a time of recession. So the thick girls, you're down on your luck, you know? Yeah. You can't afford something down at the Konbini. You go home, you go see a nice thick anime motherly mommy milker lady. Mm-hmm. All's right in the world. What do you need?
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't disagree with this.
All you need is big titties, and you'll be fine.
Big titties, thick thighs.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Who cares about your bank account?
Yeah.
You know? Who cares?
I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Yeah, who cares?
It's okay.
But yeah, there is a demo out. Data carries over. Cool. I have no interest in checking this out right now. There's too much shit to play, but I hope it's cool for all you fans out there.
I'm halfway to rescinding my offer to play the demo because I went back on the website for this game.
Nope. You can't do that.
My word is not law.
Wait, they're going to hold you to it.
She's riding a motorcycle, okay? Like really weirdly.
Wait, is she thick-thighed also, or is that just...
No, she's got a butt, and she has like the strap going between the boobs.
Ooh,
but like this motorcycle right now, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I don't really want to play this.
I'm liking what I'm seeing right here.
Straddling, right.
I gotta just be honest. Like, here's the thing, actually, there are some fan servicey things I really love, like Keijo, the anime about like, it's like women's fighting, but like you can only use your boobs or butt. Have you guys seen that show?
No.
It's really good. Oh my God, no. If you're looking for a high quality sports anime, because I love sports anime. Keijo is an awesome show.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
This.
If they turned that into a game, I'd be there day one, bro. Okay. So like there are certain things, but the story was so good. And also the voice acting was really good. And it held my attention. I was like, this show is not made for me, but they got me. But this, I'm not seeing anything in this gameplay that's making me say, wow, I really want to play that. Well, except if I was like a gooner and I'd
look
be like,
at that link I sent in chat. What about this guy? Will he do it for you? He's an older looking gentleman.
That is an old man, yeah. We got an old man here, huh?
Yeah, they got a little. It looks like they got something for everybody. I don't know. They got like a furry character.
They do have that. I don't like that one.
They have a scaly character.
Oh, they have multiple furry characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
They got, if you're sexually attracted to lamps, they got that. It looks like Shark Boy.
He has a bad leg too. Wow, so he needs nurturing.
Yeah, he has a cane. He has a cane.
Oh, he's got a cane, all right.
Okay, Micah's maybe in now. See, all it takes is some dick, and Micah's ready.
This character,
old dick. You gotta be specific.
Old dick.
This character that's the 5th character in on this website named Nina.
Yeah,
this is out of pocket.
Oh, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not here for this.
Looking good, Nina. Huh?
She's all right.
Yeah,
she's all right.
She's got a strategically placed mole. Looking good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. This is
a beauty mark on a boob.
Yeah.
This is the type of character that you're like, I don't need to feed my kids. All I need is this game.
That's right.
That's what it's designed for.
The economy, yeah.
They buy the game, they get the figure. Who cares if you're hungry?
Who cares?
You have this. This is nourishment for the soul.
Oh, they have DLC that's like bathing suits.
Of course.
I did see that. I didn't want to acknowledge it, but I did see that.
I'm sure. Well, there's probably the old man. Oh, he has a bathing suit.
I doubt he's in a bathing suit.
Why not?
Banana hammock.
Yeah, exactly.
And his penis is rock hard.
Oh wait, dude, there's multiple angles for each character. What's the alternate one for? Oh my god, I just saw the alternate angle for Nina. I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh hell yeah.
I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, this is a Gooner's paradise right here. But apparently there's good story and everything like that, so I don't know. Well, you guys can let us know when the game comes out, actually.
Or don't.
No, you know what? Let us know, because Gene will be here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, this is our next thing. We got a Final Fantasy series sales update. So Square put this out on where I saw it on their Twitter, the Final Fantasy Twitter. It says, the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster series has sold over 5 million copies worldwide, and the Final Fantasy series has now sold over 200 million copies across the globe. Wherever you joined us on this adventure, thank you. That's quite the milestone for a series. I mean, Final Fantasy is very old. I think it's, when did it come out? 1987? I forgot what it came out. But it's been around for a long time. Very happy to see the sales for the series, because we're big fans of it, particularly. So, feel good announcement, in my opinion. Dustin, how does this make you feel?
It feels good. At the same time, I think of, like, I'm a little worried about Final Fantasy in some ways. 16 was, it's hard. The numbers are weird, and I don't remember them specifically, but it seems like it didn't really do as well as that they would like.
Right.
Didn't take over the world. It should have, because it was awesome. And Rebirth and the remakes are doing well right now, but
not as big as they should be.
Yeah. When I was in Japan, actually, I was talking to Genki about this. And so this is just anecdotal from him, and from what I was seeing too, is these like Final Fantasy's not like, when I was at the Final Fantasy Cafe, it was mostly older people, like people our age. Like, I don't know if Final Fantasy is really appealing to a younger audience at all, whether it's here or it's in Japan. And obviously, I mean, hopefully we're going to be around a while to buy Final Fantasy games, but it feels like maybe the series is getting smaller instead of bigger in some ways. But I don't know. It's hard to tell with what's going on.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Micah?
If everything was available on Switch, I'd play. I bought the Pixel remasters on Switch. I did buy that. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's on the list. But like, I want to play 16. I do, but it's trapped on that horrible PlayStation device, and I won't play there. So, what am I to do? They got to put it. I know, and it's really just a matter of sharing. It's just sharing the TV. I don't want to. And I gotta buy my own copy because he has it digitally, and you can only play it on. Well, you can only share digital games on like the main console, right?
Well, you could set one to not the main one.
Yeah, but it's just a whole fucking thing, right?
It's
so I haven't played it.
You could do it, Micah.
I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You put it on Xbox and I'll play it. All right. You want more money?
Get on there.
Then do it.
Well, they're not going to make a lot. They're not going to make a lot of money on Xbox.
Yeah, I was going to say you'll be one of the 20 people to buy it on Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I just want to play it on one of my handhelds. I have two handhelds, Switch and Xbox. It's got to be one of those. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I no play.
I know a handheld that you could play it on.
What, a Steam Deck?
Or you can play it on.
It's too heavy.
You can play it on your guys' portal that you have.
Yeah, if he has to set it up for me. I don't know how it works.
He can do it. If you say, I want to play Final Fantasy 16, will you set this up for me? He probably would do it.
He'll be like, nah.
Okay.
No, I might. When am I supposed to play that though? Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out in 2 days.
Play it after.
You know?
Play it after.
After? Oh my god, Brad, I got 3DS games I still gotta get to. We got Majora's Mask. We got Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. I got,
Well, play it sometime later this year then.
No.
Also, as a correction, I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 16 runs like shit on Steam Deck. So
probably
delete your comment. I could feel it. Sometimes you say something, you're like, I feel someone typing like in the future.
Disturbance in the forest right now. Yeah.
No, I know. I've made many of those moments where I'm like, and by the way, like I know, I'm still stupid and I'm still not going to do it, but I know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, shout out Final Fantasy. We love you. Keep doing your thing. All right. A new Nintendo store is opening in San Francisco on May 15th, my birthday. Details on reservations, requirements, and an early look at exclusive products will be shared as we approach the grand opening. So, Dustin, you and I have been to the Nintendo store in New York. Pretty cool. We were actually there together. That was fun. But now we're finally getting one on the West Coast. And I'm kind of surprised it's not like in Seattle or something, because Nintendo of America's headquarters are in Washington. Is it Redmond as well, like Microsoft? I can't remember. But it's much closer to Seattle. But they've chosen San Francisco. So I'm a little surprised by that, but I maybe thought they would have done LA as well because Universal is there and they have the whole Nintendo park, but they've chosen San Francisco, so it's going to be right down there in downtown, it looks like. I would like to check it out someday. I haven't been to San Francisco in a long time, but it is nice to have an option that's not across the country for me, I suppose. It's much closer, so I'm curious to see how it turns out and everything, because the one in New York's pretty cool. Multiple floors, lots of statues in there. Any thoughts on this, though, Dustin?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I messed up in Japan because I didn't go to the Nintendo store in Kyoto, but I did in Osaka and in Tokyo. And I think if I had gone to that one in Kyoto, I would have been to every official Nintendo store in the world. I think. I'm trying to look to find a list of them, but
there's not one in Europe? Or like UK?
I'm trying to look to see where Nintendo stores are. In this Wikipedia, it said one in Nintendo Israel, but I don't think Nintendo actually runs that.
Yeah.
So, another Nintendo store is great, but I'm trying to be nice here. San Francisco is not really a city I want to visit ever again.
You don't want to deal with all the poop in the street?
No, I've spent plenty of time in San Francisco. I was there for PSX and a few different IGN things, and it's just like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good going to San Francisco. So it's kind of surprising that it's in San Francisco, not LA.
Yeah.
But I guess San Francisco, you think of like Silicon Valley tech people and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe there's something there, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo stores, they've been very slow rolling them out, but it would be cool if there was like a Nintendo store in like most major cities. Mm-hmm. Like I could see one in Los Angeles, maybe one in Texas, like either Dallas
Austin
or
or
Austin.
Dallas, yeah.
Austin, probably, yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually start to roll out more Nintendo stores. It kind of has like a Disney store vibe in a way.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But they're awesome stores. They have excellent merch. It's like an experience going to one. So
cool.
if you're ever in New York or eventually in San Francisco or even in Japan, you have to go to one.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. Absolutely. Mike, have you been to one? Or the one in New York, I guess? No?
No, I didn't get to go. We got to New York late. I don't know, because we had a whole debacle with our flight for that live show.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like my first time like ever going to New York City.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I haven't been back since. So no, I've never been to one. Looks really cool. Would love to see it someday.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You guys know me. I'm not a traveler. Like, yeah, I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny thinking about that day, Brad. A little, I guess, sentimental, but I was like, man, that day was on paper horrendous. We were walking around New York. It was insanely rainy.
Yeah, it's pouring rain.
My shoes were soaked. We had a great fucking time.
We did
walking around. That we went to Nintendo store. Brandon was with us. Ben was with us. My dad was with us.
Yeah, that was sick.
It was just a very interesting group of people. We went to that cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Bloodborne.
Yeah, we were talking about Bloodborne.
It was just a really good time. Sometimes I think about that day, but one of my favorite company memories was after the show in New York. A bunch of us went to Taco Bell.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
it was like I think my dad was there. Brandon was there.
Gene was there. Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
And it was like another, again, like a weird mix of people from my life. And it's like, yeah, we're just hanging out, eating Taco Bell. We just did a live show.
Yeah.
We got alcohol.
We went to Macy's as well. Yeah. The big Macy's store with everyone.
The big Macy's with Chris.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good time. Good trip. All right, guys, it's time to talk about what we've been playing. I've kind of talked about what I've been playing mostly on Summon Science. So if you want super in-depth thoughts there, check that out. Micah, let's start with you. What have you been playing? Oh, you were on Summon Sign as well, so we can just be brief.
So, yeah, very briefly. I played This Is the Police. Yeah. I did like an insanely quick run because I was so hooked on it. So if you want like a really in-depth discussion about that and about like strategy games in general, because Rick also brought a couple up, that this week's episode of Summon Sign would be perfect for you. This Is the Police, though, is a really great management game. You are the police chief and you're running your little police station. The 911 calls come in. You got to delegate your officers to them. You got to differentiate like fake 911 calls from the real deal. You need to utilize resources like your SWAT team, and you can only deploy them a couple times per day. So in the management side of things, I was hooked immediately. You guys know I love management games. And then the story itself is just excellent, really great voice acting. And the story has so many options, so many like opportunities for player choice. It just kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. So it's a fairly short game. The Xbox did not track my playtime, so I can't tell you how long it took me, but it's estimated to be like a 20-hour game by people online.
Okay.
And then I did officially drop Golden Sun.
Yep.
No more for me. I liked what I played, but
yeah,
I did. I played the 12 hours.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you put in more than enough effort.
So yeah, there won't be any more updates about Golden Sun. I go a lot more into reasons why I stopped playing it, but also why I liked it. I did like it. It's just not, I just don't want to play 8 more hours of it. But we talk about that on Summon Sign. And then just in this interim period, while I wait for Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I was like, okay, well, it's Monday. What am I going to play from now to then? I picked up Story of Seasons Trio of Towns again on 3DS. The goal is to get married. Then the game is done. Period. It's like the game gives you all these goals because like your dad is like this like big businessman in the city and he hates that you're a farmer. He fucking hates it. He's always like busting your cock, right? So like he gives you all these goals and that's technically how you beat the game, is to do all your dad's goals. But I don't care about that. I don't need a dad. So I just want to get married and then the game's done. And that's typically how I play all like Harvest Moon style games, is like once you're married, that's the end of the game and I can put it away. I'm very close. I only have one more hard event with my boyfriend Ford, and he's a doctor, by the way. And so I only have one more hard event. I think I can get married by Thursday, and then I can put that game away for good.
Nice. Excellent, Micah. glad to see. Yeah, because Xenoblade's coming up, so you just fill in the time.
Yeah, I really thought This Is the Police was going to take me like the week. You know, I started that, I think, on Friday. And I thought, yeah, this will take me several days. And
Nope.
I was so hooked on it.
Yeah, you burned through it.
I accidentally stayed up until like 3:30 in the morning. Like I just looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God. I was like, what have I done? You know, I just felt grungy and sad. So yeah, that game had me hooked, dude. I really do recommend people try it. If you don't like management games, you will not like it, like, period. But if you enjoy management sims, you know, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Dustin, what about you, man? What are you playing?
Well, I just finished up Clit Fiction, of course.
Clit Friction, yeah.
And it was pretty good. I liked it. Holly liked it too. I don't think it's as good as everyone else thinks. But I don't want to make it sound.
Hear you say that.
Rick
what?
Said it was.
Don't let Rick hear that.
Yeah, he said it could be like the best game of all time.
No,
he did.
No, nowhere close. Nowhere close. It's tough because I feel like, accept me being more negative on it, but know that I like it.
Okay.
And thought it was good. And in fact, I think the ending of this game, the last level of this game, is incredible. It's one of the most interesting, fun, creative levels I've ever seen in a game. It's worth playing the entire game, which is fun throughout. But the last level, it's worth playing just for that. Yeah, the major issues I had with it was there were some points where I felt like a level was going on too long and I was getting kind of bored. And the main thing is that I think the dialogue in this game sucks. Like, the characters are like, I guess the meme of like millennial core cringe.
Yeah.
It's like a character will get like a big gun and say lock and loaded, you know, stuff like that. It's like, come, all right, easy now.
Whoa. That's like Baird's catchphrase in one of the Gears games. He's always like lock and load. And I'm like, hell yeah, dog. Yeah, like, bro, what are you saying right now?
That's Baird saying that.
How can you not like this? This is like
a middle-aged British woman saying it. You know,
that's different.
Not middle-aged, but I don't know. Like, a 30-year-old British woman saying lock and loaded, you know. The characters are they keep reminding you that they're like, this is crazy. Can you believe this? And because it's split fiction and one character is sci-fi and one is fantasy, they're constantly complaining. I don't know. Women? Maybe? I don't know. No. I made that joke to Holly and she was like, yep. Holly might be more sexist than me. I don't know. Thought that. Just joking. But yeah, I don't want to. I'm gonna. Can I call in myself on one of his podcasts? Yeah. But yeah, no, seriously though, they are complaining a lot, and it gets really annoying. Where they're just like, "Oh, I don't like dragons." It's like, why do all your fantasy have guns and violence? And it's like, just stop. Sure. So yeah, the dialogue is kind of annoying at points, but the last thing I'll say is just that Holly, we played It Takes Two, which I kind of actually feel that these games are, I'd give Split Fiction a little bit of an edge to be more creative and interesting than It Takes Two. Holly had an easier time with It Takes Two, which Holly's a legit gamer, but she's not really into platforms very much. So she definitely struggled at certain points in this game, and it got a little frustrating for her. So if you are wanting to check it out with your significant other that is not into games as much as you, keep that in mind. This is much more of a gamer game, I guess. Like, it's going to be hard to have either, you know, like maybe a younger kid, like maybe your son or daughter or whatever, and they're just getting into games. You might have a rough time with it. But overall, with all those negative things said, it is absolutely worth playing. And I recommend it. It's really fun. So check it out. As far as other stuff, I feel like I'm playing like a million different things. So I guess I'll just touch on this other one, Brad, since we've been playing it together. And that's Midnight Murder Party. Yeah. Definitely not on Switch, but I guess neither is Split Fiction. This is a multiplayer game that is in the dark. And so when you turn your flashlight on, you can see, but then everyone else can see you. And we've played this a few different times. It's been tough because it's really fun when you have 6 players of people that you know. I don't really want to play with randoms. We tried it, and the one guy was like a mouth breather.
Yeah, he was like,
just,
like breathing, like really aggressive.
And we were trying to be silly and fun with it, and he just kind of wasn't.
Yeah, he was sweaty.
He wasn't into it. And this is not. It's it's like a party game. It's not like a serious FPS game. So we've been having a lot of fun with that. It definitely can be super hilarious at a lot of points. You got to use the proximity chat. You'll hear someone get blasted in another room, and you just hear screams and stuff. It's great. So I'll talk more about that on Sacred. And then I guess the last thing for an actual Nintendo thing, playing Ace Attorney still on the 3DS. Ace Attorney rules. I always forget how much I actually really like visual novels until I play one. And I'm like, man, visual novels can be sick. So I am basically at the end of the first Ace Attorney game. They added another case to it. So I'm on that like extra case. And then eventually I'll move on to the second one. So
nice. For me, I talked about this more in depth on some sign, but Onimusha Warlords, I've been playing, revisiting it. The remaster of 2 is coming out at the end of May, and I love Onimusha games. So I'm just revisiting the remaster from 2019. I'm almost done with it. I'll finish it today, but really cool. Resident Evil with samurais pretty much is the basic sell for it. Good time. I want to talk about Repo. I've never brought this up, but nice. This is if you guys are aware, like Lethal Company as a game where you have friends with you, that all has proximity chat. This one you can have up to 4 people with you. So 5 players total. But you are like these cute little robot Muppets almost. When they talk, their like heads bobble up and down. It's really funny. And I like in this game, you can type stuff out too, and they say things in a funny robot voice. So that's really cool. But you basically go through these spooky environments, you collect loot, and you have to escort it to a drop-off zone. But while you're doing this, monsters come out and kill you. And like Dustin was saying with Midnight Murder Club, you can hear your friends scream. Like we heard Locke scream. I've never heard him scream like that before yesterday.
He was genuinely
frightened. Yeah, so it was really funny getting to see that stuff. And you see your friends dying. You can like pick up their robot heads and bring it with you and try to resurrect them. It's a really fun game. It's definitely one of my favorite Lethal Company likes that we've played so far. It's definitely the best one, I think, so far. And it's just been really fun. It's pretty tough too. We haven't been able to beat it yet, but we do goof around a lot and get a little silly, but it's a good time. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty much most of what I've been playing for now. And, of course, there's Monster Hunter on the side, farming every now and then. A little bit of that here and there. And I'm starting to play a little bit more of like a dragon, Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii. Slowly making my way through that game. I am burnt the fuck out on these games, though. I should not have started it.
Stop playing them, Brad.
Well,
just give it a break.
And I was like, no one's talking about it on the show, so I'll play it just to cover it. Mistake was made. So just like, it's good. It's a good game. I'm just burnt out on these games right now, unfortunately. All right.
Complete aside, because I have a note in my phone that I made today when I was at the UPS store, because a Dustin really funny Photoshop idea. Instead of Paddington Bear, it's Braddington Bear.
Oh.
And he's wearing a little hat. Thought of that when I was at UPS.
Was that because Dustin gave me like 4 nicknames in our thread or something like that?
That was part of it. Yeah, Bradicino. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Dude, I was hoping for a little bit of, collaboration from other people, because Micah, you started it, and I
didn't want to steal your thunder. I was like, Dustin's spitting these out. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was like, these are good.
What did I have
good
here?
What was that in? Was that in Punching Up?
No, it was in the summon sign. I had Bradicino, Bradsworth. That's like the fancy Bradsworth. Bradifer, and Bradadiah. That was one Holly came up with. And then Bradifer, which is like Bradifer's like Jennifer, but Bradifer. Yeah. So
yeah, what do you call me, Micah? Bradworth?
Oh, what?
Oh, Bradsky.
No, you called me.
I called you Bradford before.
Yeah, Bradford. Yeah, that's what you used to. Yeah, that's what I was used to from Micah. I gave you the fancy reaction though, at least, Dustin.
Yeah, thank you.
Because it was fancy. I'm not going to give myself nicknames. That's cringe. Other people do that. Not me.
What, like the Dagster?
Yeah.
Giving yourself a nickname? Who would do that?
Dagan is an old dad, so it's totally acceptable. Right.
He is allowed. He's earned the right.
Yeah, he's allowed to do that.
No, it's like I tried to give myself a catchphrase at one point, and it didn't work. It just doesn't translate.
What
to real
was your
life.
catchphrad?
I don't want to say.
Scuba Duba or something stupid like that. Yeah.
Brad, I will never forget. I think I mentioned this on Sacred when we were hanging on a Discord, and you were like, we said something. I don't know. I might have been talking about a beer we like, which is called Icy Light Mango. And I was like, oh, you got some mangs.
Yeah.
And you're like, you guys fucking nicknames for everything.
They
you had
do
a
have
genuine
nicknames.
moment of frustration about it.
They do have nicknames for everything.
Yeah. Like we call flamingos mingos. And like
Mingos,
that's Colin.
That makes more sense.
Like, look at that mingo.
But like, okay, I'm in this call with him and like Brandon, and they're like, oh, I got a mang. I'm like, I can't figure out what the hell that is.
Dude, God bless the mangs.
Yeah. And
Chippers.
They're talking about chippers, sneaky Rons.
Sneaky Rons. Dude, Sneaky Rons is elite.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That is my favorite one.
I didn't make that up, but I will champion it till the day I die.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Did you make up chippers?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember when, but I've never heard anyone else say it.
No, I think you were. I still say it. Like Colin's like, you want Chipotle? I'm like, yeah, Chippers night. Like,
yeah,
Chippers night, dude. I might be going to Chippers tonight. We'll see. We have no groceries, so we got to do something.
Yeah, you're kind of the master at that stuff. You made hog leg happen.
No, that was Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Maddie?
Oh,
that was
really?
Maddie. Hog leg was all Maddie.
Wow, Maddie, dude, he's spin too. I didn't know he had that kind of power.
Yeah,
wow,
he's
impressive. But you did Stelly, right?
Stelly was mine.
Yeah.
And I really pushed that because of how much Colin hated it.
Yeah, I like saying Stelly.
He does hate it.
Yeah,
and I send out the emails, like, and I'll put Stelly in the emails.
Yeah.
He does not like it.
Yeah. Too bad. All right. Next thing we got here is Life is Strange double exposure sales update. So I'm going to read this from Eurogamer. The latest Life is Strange game did not perform well for publisher Square Enix, it's been claimed. Life is Strange Double Exposure, which launched last autumn to a mixed response from fans, resulted in large losses from the company. Kabuten analyst Hideki Yatsuda stated, thanks to Reset Aaron / The Gamer, this whole thing, they must have got the info out. Officially, Square Enix is yet to comment on Double Exposure's performance, and there's been no word of Double Exposure sales figures publicly at all. Deck 9, the game's developer, previously announced layoffs at the studio in the wake of the game's launch, and it's unclear what's next for the franchise, despite Double Exposure ending with a message stating that protagonist Max Caulfield would return. So, the rumor going around right now is that this game is not doing very well. And when this game launched, I remember they had kind of like an early access, I think, for some of the chapters, and people are upset about spoilers and stuff like that. And when you're seeing the developer have layoffs kind of around the time the game is out, not a good sign. But Life is Strange is kind of a weird franchise. I played the first one, I think it's okay. And I played True Colors, and I think it's okay. I'm not like a huge fan of these type of games, though. Are any of you guys big Life is Strange people?
So I loved the first game, like truly loved it. And then they had the follow-up that was like centered on Chloe. But here's the thing, Chloe sucks. She sucks the whole time. She's just a horrible person. And I was like, I might have played 15 minutes of that, and I was like, this is trash. And I stopped playing it. So the first game is where it stops in my headcanon. And that's the only one that exists. And it's a great standalone story. But past that point, I was not feeling everything else that they've done so far.
Yeah. Dustin, what about you?
I'm a notorious Life is Strange hater.
Oh. Okay.
Not necessarily fair, though. I've played the first chapter, maybe into the second one of the first one. But yeah, cringy dialogue is just something I can't get over. And it's one of those things that I understand that within the context of the story, these are high school students.
Yes.
So I get it, but I'm just not into it. It's not my thing. It's interesting to see, though, that the series has, continued on in different formats throughout the years. And then this one not really hitting anymore. I don't know if just tastes have changed or, I'm trying to remember which developers which, because I know that Deck 9.
They are not the original ones.
Yeah. So maybe that's part of the problem as well. But Square Enix at this point, they're kind of out of that era where they were publishing Western games. And so I wouldn't be surprised that they're like, yeah, this is kind of done. for us at this point.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised as well, Dustin. A little more here. Last week, Square Enix issued the most recent financial results, which largely focuses on the sales of Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake and the successful launch of Final Fantasy XIV expansion Dawntrail. Perhaps tellingly, there is no notice of how Life is Strange Double Exposure sold. Instead, Square Enix simply says that its HD gaming division's revenue has fallen due to the fact that unnamed new titles generated lower sales than Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, and Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince did over the same time period during the previous year. Square Enix does not state that the new titles that underperformed were, or does not say what they were, but does say that the launch of Dragon Quest III HD 2D helped offset these losses, as it has performed better than initially expected. So, yeah, they're not naming it, but it sounds like it's not doing very well. I haven't seen that many people talk about this game either. So, I don't know, maybe just people are kind of over the series now. There's been a ton of Life is Strange games. It's spin-offs like Captain Spirit and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. How many can you do till people get sick of it, I guess? But yeah, not good news for, I guess, fans of the series, but we'll see. All right, now we got something I thought was kind of fun. We got Famitsu's Game Awards. So they put out some awards in their magazine. I'm not sure the voting criteria, if this is from fans or from people on the Famitsu staff or whatnot, but I thought I would list it here. This is via Genki, friend of the show, also on X right here, who Dustin has met in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was on a Secret Tunnels Plus with you in the past, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so Game of the Year was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Good, as it should be. Good. Well done. Most Valuable Creator was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Development Team. Love that. Best Scenario was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best Music was Metaphor Re Fantasio. How do you feel about that, Dustin?
It's very good, but I mean, they already kind of glazed the fuck out of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I thought the music was better in that.
Yeah. Best Graphics, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best Action Game, Astrobot. Best Character, Tifa Lockhart. All right. Yeah, very nice. Best Voice Actor, Maya Sakamoto as Aerith. Best Indie Game, Nine Souls. I still need to play that game. I heard it's amazing.
Yeah.
Best RPG, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best Online Game, Final Fantasy XIV. Best Action Adventure Best Action/Adventure, Rise of the Ronin. Best Adventure, Emio, The Smiling Man, Famicom Detective. Look at that, Micah. Micah looked a little like, okay.
That's a huge surprise. I mean, I loved that game. Highly, highly recommend it. But that's a really big surprise, because I don't know, if I was doing this, I probably would have put Zelda Echoes of Wisdom in its place.
Yeah,
but I'm happy for it.
Yeah. Best Mobile, Zenless Zone Zero. Most anticipated, Pokemon Legends ZA. Wow.
Okay, who made this?
I don't know. Rookie Award, Metaphor Re Fantasio. That must be like a new IP award, I assume.
It has to be.
Yeah.
New IP.
Because Atlas are definitely not rookies. Famitsu Dengeki Special Award, Doraemon Dorayaki Shop. I don't know what the hell this is. Dorayaki Shop. Story, Shiren the Wanderer, Black Myth Wukong. I don't know what the hell that award is, but good job, Black Myth Wukong. You did it.
Dude, you don't know Doraemon?
No.
It's a little blue dude, right?
He's the little blue guy. I think he's technically the longest running anime.
Oh, wow. This guy. I recognize him. I don't know his name, though. Just cat guy.
He just loves Dorayaki. He just can't get enough of him.
Just can't get enough of that little Dorayaki cat. But yeah, congrats to all the winners, I guess, right there. Very nice. Love to see Rebirth getting its flowers, as it should.
Hate to see it.
You hate to see it, Michael. You didn't even play it. I watched Colin play it. Yeah, it doesn't count, Micah. You didn't play it.
No, it counts. It counts.
You were probably listening to your Game Grumps talking about Rat Dick, and you just take a peek up real quick looking at it.
It feels like I played that game for an eternity. That's like my purgatory. All right. Like, you don't understand. All right. He insisted on playing like every single mini game. He had to do all the Tifa piano playings. And I was like, there was one night where he had played like the same song. And I never do this, but I was like, you get one more try for the night. I cannot hear this piano song again, or you got to put on headphones. But like, I am done with this. Like, you must have played that song 50 times. and I can't sit through this anymore. And he was like, oh, my bad. Because he was just so in the zone with it. But yeah, I'm so incredibly sick of it. Oh my God.
Maybe when it comes to Switch 2, you'll play it.
No.
We'll get you.
No.
Someday.
It's still the only Final Fantasy games I've played are 15 and 10-2 on Vita. I didn't finish either one of those. I did not like them.
Yeah. All right. This next story is just kind of a weird one, but I thought I'd bring it up anyways. Metroid Prime 4 is getting hyped up by some insiders right here. So I'm going to read this off mynintendonews.com. Metroid Prime 4 has been announced had been announced in 2017, only for the game's development to be redone a few years later. It was then re-revealed last year as Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. However, the game's development being restarted is likely not the only reason why the game took so long to be shown. It's also very possible that the game will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. I can't count on that, in my opinion. Sure enough, the latest Switch 2 rumor is supporting the theory. Content creator and game developer interview Reese Kiwi Talks Riley has major connections to former and current Metroid Prime devs and recently took to social media to mention that they expect Metroid Prime 4 Beyond to be the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd. In fact, they're, quote, 90% certain it will be there in the Direct, end quote. You can also see his remarks about the matter down below. So he tweeted this kind of stuff out. In less than a month in the Switch 2 Direct, you'll see that Nintendo and Retro were keeping their cards close to their chest with Metroid Prime 4 for this exact moment. The true unveiling will blow everything else in the Direct out of the water. And someone asked him, it's going to be the April Direct, right? It makes no sense for it to not be there, but in a small part of me is worried we don't see it in April. Then he responded, Nintendo are constantly tweaking Directs right down to the last minute, but as of now, I am 90% certain it'll be in the Direct. So this guy's hyping Prime 4 up as like the best thing we'll see in that Direct, which I'm very excited for Prime 4. Very excited. But I hope we get to see some more bangers. Of course, we're going to see Mario Kart, I assume. But I hope we get to see like a new 3D Mario or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll hold off on that. But I don't know, Dustin. As an official Metroid Prime super fanboy,
right?
What do you think about this?
Well, what's interesting to me is just that I don't know anyone at Retro or Nintendo.
Right.
But I feel like I can't literally say with 100% certainty, but of course it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's not all that surprising. What's more interesting to me is the idea that the true unveiling will blow everything else out of the water at the Direct, which is pretty interesting in that. And I'm putting my bias aside, which I've only played the first Metroid Prime game. I would love to play the other two. Maybe I'd like those more, but that initial reveal, I mean, it looked cool, looked good, but it looked like Metroid Prime. It didn't look revolutionary in any way. So to say that it's going to blow everything else out of the water sounds a little sensational to me, but I would love to be wrong. I would love for this to be the Breath of the Wild of Switch 2. But from what we've seen, it just doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah, not quite yet.
I'm really curious about it.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Micah, on Metroid Prime 4?
All I'm going to say is that to hold Dustin accountable, if he is wrong about it being in the Direct, you're allowed to throw one orange at him the next time you see him at Aldi.
Oh,
so,
damn.
So when we saw like the last, little trailer they did, I was like, oh yeah, the shooting part looks cool. And then she was rolled up in a ball and I was like, that doesn't look cool. And that's just kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. So
Nice.
I'm excited for you guys, though. I'm really excited for you guys.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited to play. And Collins might play it as well.
He might.
If he just gets over it playing on a different system besides PlayStation. Maybe that can happen. Just put like a little PlayStation sticker on the controller. Good enough for him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, actually get like the little, do you remember those little dog face stickers that people had for the original like Joy-Con grip? And you had like the little dog face that you put in the center of it so it looked like a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get those.
Yeah,
That'll
get those. That'd be good. All right. And one more story before we get to the closing comments or questions. Pokemon put up a Lego tease earlier today. They're going to be collaborating with Lego. Kind of surprised it took this long because Pokemon is so damn huge. But all we see in this little tease is a little Pikachu tail made out of Legos and some electricity going around it. But I guess Pokemon's finally coming to Lego. They've been doing a lot of collabs with Nintendo and video game stuff. So makes total sense. I'm sure it'll sell out. I wonder if people will fight in Walmart parking lots like they do for the cards for this. But is an interesting story nonetheless. Dustin, what do you expect to see? Just Pikachu?
Well, it seems like certainly it will start with a Pikachu set. What really intrigued me about this is that Pokemon has a deal with a company called Mega. I'm assuming that's a Mega Bloks, but now they're just called Mega. But there's a bunch of Pokemon sets that are very Lego-esque. It just goes to show how important that Lego brand is to people, that it's like, man, there's some of these sets look really cool. I'm looking at, there's a Gyarados one. I'm looking at a Charizard. They look awesome, but they're not Lego. So people don't care for the most part. So I wonder if that deal is up. So now it's time that they can play with the big boys with Lego. But the Nintendo collaborations so far have all been really cool. I don't own any of them, but like the NES with the TV that has the moving screen on it. There's the Super Mario World one. I do really want that one. I saw it at Target the other day. But I'm at the point in my life that I'm like, man, if I buy this, where am I going to put it?
Right. Yeah.
Where does it go? And I won't buy it till I figure that out.
Put it in your bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Bathroom art.
Have you seen this Mario Kart one that's coming?
I did. I'm trying to remember
what it's
Mario Kart Lego. I know I saw. Oh yeah, this one that's Mario. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Need a Donkey Kong one or a Bowser one. But yeah, ain't no one got room for all that shit.
No.
I wish I did. But yeah, Pokemon coming. Micah, Pokemon collab. You're a humongous Pokemon fan. You love them all. What do you want to see?
Oh, that little Eevee is cute.
Yeah.
I think that's a cute one.
Yeah, you want to see Alcremie?
If they make an Alcremie Lego set, hand to God, I'll buy it. All right? You have my word as a sailor. If they make an Alcremie Lego set, I'll buy it.
Remember you were talking shit on that Pokemon that's Hoag's daughter's favorite?
No, that the milk one?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a floating bag of milk. It's like a Canadian bag of milk, and it floats through the air.
Yeah, what was it called
crazy?
Again? I forgot what it was called.
Like Milcery or something?
Milton? Yeah.
Yeah, Milton.
Yeah, Milton, the milk.
It looked like a Milton.
Yeah. If we got like a Snorlax or a Blastoise Lego, I might consider it. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they do Charizard or something. Charizard's maybe the most popular besides Pikachu. I wonder.
Yeah, because actually think of how cool it would be to have like the fire coming out of his mouth and all that. That'd be cool. Sweet.
That would be sick. All right, guys, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience. We've been taking them all episode, but we'll take them as well at the very end. If you want to write into this show, I post a thread every Sunday on our Patreon calling for your submissions. We do this for all of our shows, by the way, so if you want to write into any of those, keep an eye out there because we post a thread for all of our shows. All right, this is from the Real HB. Hello, Fisters. I don't have much to say about the 3DS other than that the Tamagotchi Life Direct was one of the best. What have been your favorite Nintendo Direct moments or memories? One of my favorites was when they did a lot of the puppets. Like they were like the Muppet puppets. That one was really cool, actually. They had like the Star Fox ones and like the Reggie and Owada and Miyamoto puppets. That was really cool and creative. They've kind of gone away from that stuff nowadays. What about you guys? Any memories you can think of from Directs?
For me, I mean, this isn't so much about the Direct, but it was the experience watching it. I think this might have been the last E3. Yeah. Which was like the only one I went to as press, which was really cool. I remember being in that press room. I don't know if you remember that room, Brad, that was kind of to the side of the hall, which is like a bunch of tables and desks set up. And watching it in there, and simultaneously everyone in the room was watching the Nintendo Direct separately. And so that was when they announced the sequel to Breath of the Wild at the time. Yeah. And there was like a huge pop in the room, but it was all separately people watching it. So yeah, that's weird. That was kind of cool. But the biggest hype moments, of course, and most memorable were the Smash reveals. Were always super cool. Dude, I always think about the Castlevania reveal where they fucking kill Luigi.
Yeah, that was sick. Death kills him.
You just killed, dude. Sick.
Yeah, that was sick. Good stuff. Yeah, Nintendo Directs are always very exciting. I hope they do something crazy. I mean, of course, we're going to get the Switch 2 soon and see that there, but I hope they do something really fun like that. Hopefully we can get another moment of like Luigi dying or something. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, this is from Elon Chan. What up, punchers? Got another story and a question. My dad has hated gaming and talked shit on it my whole life. I'm 39. Despite it being my biggest hobby since I was maybe 5, he recently asked me for advice on buying something to get into video games. He completely disregarded my advice, which was to get a PS5 or Switch 2 for the sake of an expanded catalog of games on either platform. He was looking at used PS3s but bought nothing. So I'm considering getting him a Switch 2 when they launch. What do you think third-party support will be for it? Do you foresee popular older titles like Red Dead 2 or maybe even Cyberpunk, etc. being ported to the Switch 2? P.S. for Gene, I bought Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition because you've been talking about it for weeks. Really looking forward to it. Go Titans. All right. We got to give some advice to Elon Chan's dad here. Switch 2, do we think there will foresee popular older titles like Red Dead 2 or maybe Cyberpunk being there? Third-party support.
I wouldn't bank on Cyberpunk. I don't think so.
Okay, no Cyberpunk.
Honestly, I think his whole philosophy is off here because your dad, from what it sounds like, doesn't even know if he likes gaming. Why would you spend all this money on a new console, even a PS5? It's like, nah, go get this man a used PS4. Get him a used PS4. That's what I did for my dad when he got surgery and I wanted to try to give him something and help, get him into the hobby that I like. Mm-hmm. He played BioShock for maybe 30 minutes and that was it. And they mostly use it to play Blu-rays now. But, I don't regret it. It was a swing and a miss, but it was a worthy attempt. Mm-hmm. So a used PS4 would be really cheap and a huge library that he can check out. He can play Red Dead 2. He can, maybe don't play Cyberpunk on it. But there's lots of great games that he could check out. And if he doesn't like it, then you're not out a bunch of money.
Right.
So that's my recommendation. But if you want to go Nintendo, get him a regular Switch. I mean, there's so many games for it now. But if he might not want to play, kiddie Nintendo games. So PS4 is probably the move.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if money is no problem or whatever, it doesn't matter. Sure, you can just get a Switch 2, I guess. I'm sure there'll be plenty of third-party support. I don't know about Cyberpunk, but Red Dead 2 was one of the rumored games that was going to be on Switch 2. So we'll see in a couple weeks, but you might just want to hold off and not pull the trigger yet. Just wait till you see what you think or what they have. Micah, do you have any advice?
No, I'm with Dustin about getting like a used PS4 because I'm just going to say it doesn't really sound like your dad is too invested in the idea. It sounds like he kind of looked around and then was like, Mm-hmm. And so I would not buy him the highest end, most expensive thing possible when it just kind of feels like he might take on to this, but it kind of feels like he probably won't. And it'll end up being a Blu-ray player. So yeah, used PS4, big catalog of games to choose from, plenty of variety on that system. But I would not buy him like a PS5 or anything. Like it just seems like it might be a waste in the end.
Sure. Okay, next writing here is from Adam Belcarby. Hello, Nintendo shits. Wow.
Oh.
The third highest rated Switch game of all time, The House in Fata Morgana, could be getting a live action adaptation. The team mentioned in a stream blog post that they're searching for a producer and showrunner. If I'm not mistaken, Micah has played through this visual novel, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about the story being told in live action. I personally think this is one of the rare cases where live action makes perfect sense. The story has seriously powerful imagery that should hit even harder in the flesh. I highly recommend this as a gateway into visual novels, as it doesn't have any of the typical Japanese cringe-only us degenerates can tolerate. Sending hugs to all the crew. So have you played this, first of all, Micah?
No, I own it. I bought the limited run copy when that came out several years ago. I have not gotten around to it yet. I do own it for Vita. But no, we actually, Hogue mentioned it on Summon Sign that like he loves this game. And I was like, oh, I gotta get to it. But no, I have not yet. So I can't really speak to how it would work in live action. But if you're stoked about it, listener, then I hope it happens, and I hope it's really good.
Yeah. I don't know anything about this IP, so I can't comment on this really at all.
Yeah, so part of why I haven't played it yet is because it's supposed to be really depressing, and I just kind of got to meter those out. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I haven't played Spiritfarer yet, because I really want to play that game. I've heard excellent things about it, but you know what? I've been really depressed and it's just never a good time. And it kind of just happens every time. I'm like, maybe I'll play that. And then it's like, I'm really not in the mood to be sad. And Fata Morgana is like part like kind of scary, part depressing. And it just hasn't been a good time for me to play that, honestly. It's why I didn't play Last of Us Part 2 right away, because it's like, bro, you seen the world right now? Like, I'm so stressed out. I don't need this. I do not need this right now.
Yeah.
So I plan to get to it, but I gotta be in a better headspace, honestly.
Yeah. Dustin, any thoughts on this? Do you know this series at all?
I've never heard of this series. I looked it up briefly. It looks kind of interesting. It's weird. On my hierarchy of visual novels, it would probably be a little lower on the list, because I'm getting through the Ace Attorney games. I really want to play through Virtue's Last Reward again. I think I'm more. I don't know. Maybe this game has a cool, weird story, but I really like the psychological, crazy visual novels like Danganronpa and things like that. But I'll have to look more into this.
Get a live adaptation of Danganronpa.
Oh no.
CG Monokuma.
Oh.
No.
That would be horrible.
Real bad.
They're gonna make half the characters black. It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
That's true. Yeah. All right, final write-in here from Jeremiah. Hey, Punchers. Glad to see the 3DS enjoyers coming out in full force to oppose Colin's slander after all these years. I've recently taken... he doesn't like 3DS, right?
He hates it. He's like, hates it.
Was it? I don't know if it was part of his... the notorious article that the Vita is set to succeed.
Oh, right.
Maybe he said something like... I can't remember if it said something about it going to sell better than 3DS or something like that. But yeah, he does. He's not a 3DS fan.
Damn. I have recently taken the plunge into Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on my new 3DS XL, and it's hitting all the right notes. Are you all as nostalgic for this age and style of handhelds as I am? Don't get me wrong. I love that people can play console games portably now, but there's something special about these dedicated devices and games that were made specifically for them. With most everything being made to be played on both TV and handheld, do you think we're missing an element of intentionally in game design? Love the show and keep up the great work. All right. What do you guys think? Do you think we're missing something now that we're not getting these handheld-only game designs anymore?
I mean, yes and no to a certain degree. Like we talked about on a previous episode about the uniqueness of some of those ports that came out, and the idea kind of that now you typically don't really have differences between the ports besides performance, whereas like previously it's like, well, in this one the Zora swim different, and in this one it's this, and so on the one hand, some of that stuff in terms of uniqueness wasn't a bad thing to lose. It's not a bad thing necessarily to have the experience be pretty standard across the consoles, and it just kind of varies in how pretty it looks. I would honestly prefer that than having to Google what's the best way to play, Ocarina of Time. And it's like, well, the 3DS version has this, and this, and this one, you can play it on Nintendo Switch Online, and it's like this instead. And it's, it's a little more legwork for the consumer, basically.
Right.
I didn't always love the 3DS with the stylus was fun to a certain degree, but there were some games where you had to take out the stylus and then you put it away for a while and you take it out again. It just got annoying. There were times where I was like, I kind of don't love that. If you're playing something like Brain Age and you have the stylus out the whole time, that's fun. That's perfectly fun. But games where it'd be like you periodically need the stylus, we're like, oh, God damn it. Now I got to get this thing out again. These are small potatoes of annoyances, but they did build up over time to, as much as I love the 3DS, and I truly do, playing on the Switch Lite is so much better. Just in terms of, it's just a better experience for me personally. And I fucking love the 3DS and play a lot of it.
Nice. Dustin, thoughts?
I think that where current handhelds are, I like the fact that it's like full featured, quote unquote, real games on it. But I can't help but feel nostalgic and do appreciate the smaller games that came out for these. And there's smaller games too, of course, on those handhelds. But there's also something really nostalgic about handhelds actually being portable.
Yes.
You know, the Steam Deck and the Switch are pretty big. I mean, the Steam Deck is fucking huge. And it's like you're if you carry that around, you're going to basically need a backpack for it. I mean, it comes with a case, of course, but you have to carry around the case and the charger and all this. And it's like, man, this thing will like slide right in your pocket. And it's great for that. There's something about it that we just don't have anymore. And you kind of get some of that feel with the Switch Lite, which I really like. But even then, you're not going to put that in your pocket or throw it in a backpack. No. You're going to want to put it in a case. And so there's something about, the smaller form factor that's just really satisfying and fun. So I do miss that element of it. And that's what's been fun about either, going back to 3DS, but also some of these retro revival consoles like the Analog Pocket is really fun for that, though. I'm also putting that in the case because it's expensive. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to mess it up. But having portable consoles actually be portable was kind of cool. Yeah. But I would prefer, when it's like Micah was saying, when you're sitting down with a Switch, the bigger screen, the console quality of it, overall, I do prefer that. But there was something special about the way it was before.
Yeah, I mostly agree with you guys in the sense I prefer the way it is now compared to then. But there are some cool examples I think about of stuff that was specifically made for the hardware. And it's really cool and doesn't translate as well to modern things. Like The World Ends With You on DS is a great example of that and really took advantage of the dual screens and how it played the game. And when they ported it to other stuff like Switch, it's just not the same with one screen. Like the game wasn't clearly designed for that. So you miss out on things like that. And I think of games like Trauma Center were really cool on DS and stuff like that. But then I think about like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. I'm like having to use the stylus to control Link around. I'm like, don't miss that.
Does Trauma Center hold up?
I don't know. I haven't played it in a long time.
I played that game a very, very long time ago. And I remember thinking it was rad. But I haven't even seen it or like looked at any gameplay. I barely even remember it. But I remember it being cool.
Oh. Dustin, you want to go see it? Game Grumps played it. It's one of their best playthroughs.
Whoa. The DS one or the Wii one?
I don't actually know which one they were playing at the time.
The Wii one's good.
It's some of their best fucking moments is their Trauma Center gameplay. Okay. That's where C is for Cranberries comes from. Game Grumps fans will know it.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, shout out handhelds. Interesting time. I'm also kind of happy we don't have to like split development teams and stuff like up anymore. Yeah. Like you're the handheld team, you're the console team thing. Like Echoes of Wisdom totally would have been a handheld team game and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. Another episode of Punching Up in the books. Dustin, thank you for joining us and filling in for Gene. I assume you'll be back for the Switch 2 episode when it's revealed, probably. That'll be an exciting episode. We'll have more of us there. It'll be fun. Very excited.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back.
On your own show fun. You made?
What?
Oh, show
thanks
you
for having
made
me back on my show.
Yeah.
It's been good. You guys have been doing awesome. Frankly, probably a lot better without me. So that's been cool. Colin asked me once, he's like, Punching Up's doing really well. How does that make you feel? And I was like, no, but seriously though, you guys are doing awesome. Great work. And thanks for having me. I gotta say though, now it's 6:42.
Yeah, it's late.
It's like the end of the day. What are you guys doing here recording it for? This is
that's what they wanted. It's what Gene and Micah, like Gene said it's better for his work schedule. So
and it's better for my sleep schedule.
Yeah. He needs work. When you have podcasting at 10 a.m. That's the way to do it.
I can do 10 a.m. podcasting my time. I'm totally fine with that. I do that for
I guess that would be one for us. So
yeah,
that would work. But yeah, thank you guys. It's been super fun.
Yeah. Micah, Any final thoughts or anything you want to say before we leave?
Oh, just super happy to have Dustin here. Dustin is someone who I chat with periodically for work, of course, but we don't get to do many shows together these days. So always a treat to see you. And I did remember one more like nickname for a thing, Brad. At my old job, we used to call the bathroom the boutique. So you wouldn't say I'm going to the bathroom, you'd say I'm going to the boutique.
Okay.
And so I want to bring that back.
When we were at Game Trailers and Easy Allies, when we'd go to the bathroom, we would say we're going to go do research. That was something we would say, like during E3, when you got to take a break off the desk. You're going to do some research. I'll be back.
We'd say doing taxes as well. I forgot about that. I used to say I'm going to go do my taxes.
Yeah, research break.
That was code for going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Dude, Brad, when you were at Easy Allies and it was, 9 of you in Jones' garage?
Yeah.
And you all had to use that one little bathroom.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound, I mean, I'm sure it's like, man, someone just took a massive dump.
I never blew up a toilet. I was like, this is Jones's house. I'm not going to do that to the man.
Yeah, you gotta respect.
Yeah, you get that shit out of the way before you get there.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. Yeah.
Was there, I would never want to expose it. Was anyone like unashamed pooper?
Yeah, Huber.
Yeah. I wasn't going to ask her names, but
yeah, absolutely, Huber. Yeah.
You got it. I respect the not pooping, but I also respect the not caring.
Yeah, Mike, he doesn't care.
There's a line, right? At my old office, one time, I know I'll never name names. Not that she would listen to this, but I go to the ladies' room, horrible stench, first of all. That's besides the point. I hear 3 flushes. And on the 3rd flush, I hear, yay, and she's clapping. And I was like, oh my God, bro. And she was like, what are the managers? I remember going back to my desk and telling my best friend there. I was like, bro, you got to hear this.
Yeah,
clapping.
You won't believe who's just in the bathroom clapping because they finally flushed on the 3rd try their monster turd they just had. I was like, Jesus Christ, this place is a zoo.
Yeah.
Mike, I hope you're happy to know I felt okay pooping at your house.
I'm very glad.
Because it was a guest bathroom.
Yes.
So I didn't have to feel like I was doing something wrong in the main area. Unlike when you come to my house, one toilet. You got to go.
One toilet household?
Same space.
But then it's also, you're kind of off here's the thing. Because you're right. When you stay over someone's house and they're like, and here's the guest bath. And you're like, oh, my own bathroom. And there's a comfort there. But also, when you stay in someone's house and there's only one bathroom, it's like the smell could be blamed on anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's not like no one's going to be like, hey, who used the upstairs bathroom? Because it's there's only one bathroom. So that's its own comfort. I want you to know that guests also feel comfortable pooping in your home. You also got that fancy toilet seat that scared me.
Oh, yeah. Brad, when you're here at some point later this year, you can try out my nice bidet.
Oh, I'm going to blow that toilet up.
Blow the toilet up, please.
How many opportunities you get. Yeah. If you ever come here, Dustin, we got a spare bathroom.
Oh, good.
It'll be your own. It's getting remodeled. It's getting remodeled. Oh, you can use mine if you want.
I want to feel the warmth.
My throne.
Yeah, from the throne.
My porcelain throne.
Dude, though, is there nothing worse than going to the bathroom after someone else at a barbecue and the seat's warm, though? Is there nothing worse than that?
It's a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't want your warm butt cheeks touching my cheeks.
Awful.
I'm off put by a warm chair in general. That happened to me at the eye doctor yesterday. We were waiting to go to the next station where they were going to, scan my eye or something. And there was a guy in there right before. And I sat down. I felt his warmth. And I thought, nah.
Can't stand a warm seat. Although, can I tell you guys something?
Sure, please.
Can I tell you a childhood Micah confession? When I was a small child, a little tot, I used to smell people's seats when they got up.
The back or the butt?
just the butt of the chair. Yeah.
You just give it a right there when you get up to it. Micah, that's fucking heinous.
Well, I know my cousin still makes fun of me for it. And it's just bro, it hasn't happened in 25 years.
I'm never going to forget this. This is good information.
She won't either. No one will. She literally still brings it up periodically. She'll see a meme or something to be seat sniffer.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Bring it up at Christmas dinner or some shit. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for listening, watching. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next episode. Take care and goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.